What's good, my peopleizations? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? We're in the building. So they're trying to give some moral victories out, huh? This is how much they want Floyd Mayweather to lose. They want to give out moral victories. And we're going to get deep into this. Floyd Mayweather is hurting the sport of boxing. No, boxing is hurting the sport of boxing. King Jr., the Zoom First, Quan, Brandon Woods, Usain 007, Robert Singleton, Vince Williams, Chris Garcia, Straight Gate Trey, Rome Farrak, Isaiah Christian, Will Smith, Mr. Pazor, Chen Smoke, DP Rocker, Jaden One, Anthony Maynard, Fat Cat Shadowboxing, Brandy Hill Sr., Larry Lawson 83, Fly High 89, Anthony Lumar, Mr. Smith Job 278, Michael Bernard, Ivory Lasseter, Anthony Lumar, Vince Williams, Jose Diaz, Terrence Dub, Real Gamer, Samuel Johnson, Anthony Maynard, St. Louis Mick, UMaster Allah, Riza 92, Chappelle Show 56, Mar, Ches 313, Hamilton Steele, Byron Mack, Wendell Thomas, Christopher Jones, Prince Blizzard, Robert Rich, Shogun 76, Wayman Davis, Ruben Mala, Ahmad Jackson, J-Rock Reviews, Buck 88 Keys, K-Town, Real Gamer, Wayman Davis, Albert Harper. Yep, let's get into this. Ray Bay, my brother, what's going on? Mr. Born Again, Roy Babineau, Robert Drummond, Mo City Menace, Lloyd Lawrence UK. Number 3, that guy George, Auntie Vaughn, what's going on with y'all? Set the Tone Blast, my brother. Antonio Short, Big Lake Shore. What's going on, great brother? Salute to DC. Yeah, so let's get into this real quick. Fly High 89, my brother. B Fitness, Herman Schmid, Lights Out 973, Chilltown Majors, Isaiah Jones, Lauren Walker, Chilltown Majors, Marky Dan 123, my brother in the super chat. Skip says it hurts Floyd legacy, but when Ali had the boring fight against the wrestler, did that hurt Ali's legacy? And I'm gonna tell you why, my brother Marky Dan 123. We're gonna get into this. Solo Productions, my brother, what's going on? Fly Guy Indy, Anthony Williams, what's going on? We're gonna get into this today. Gregory Davis, what's going on? St. Louis Mick, my brother in the super chat. Hey, Blue, like Hove said, moral victories are for minor league coaches. These are desperate. This is a fact. Nate Woolbright, what's going on? Mr. Cool Guy, Capadonna 24, Christopher Jones, Robbie Dawson, Burgess Meredith, what's going on? That's a fact. Tom, what's going on? They want to have a blemish on Floyd Mayweather's resume so bad that they'll give a moral victory to a heavyweight novice that Floyd Mayweather boxed in an exhibition bout. Prince Blizzard, what's going on? Y'all ain't hear me. A heavyweight novice that Floyd Mayweather boxed in an exhibition. They want a moral victory. Stephen Young, NWA, what's going on? C Cut, what's going on? They so want to put a blemish on his resume. Spice Kid, what's going on? Albert Doherty, what's going on? They so want to put a blemish on his resume that they want to give a moral victory for an exhibition. Crook the Goat, what's going on? Underground Solomon, what's going on? Let me ask y'all a question. What's the difference between Floyd Mayweather boxing the Big Show and this? Nothing. T. Morrissey 85, Ron Robinson, Mr. Africa, what's going on? Michael Bernard, my brother in Super Chat, keep doing what you do best. Boxing news. Appreciate you, great brother. Yeah, we're going to get into this. Salute to my brother James in the Super Chat, dropping that. Go on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Blue, I was glad to see you hold your own. Hold your own. You told Buddy it isn't going to be any jumping your boy. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. And then I figured out who he was, too. We figured out who he was. Rel Dance, my brother, what's going on? My brother Bitch, be Megastar in the building. If you got sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, little cousins, friends with little kids, have them subscribe to KK Pinson TV. My brother Bitch, please drop the link, great brother. Yeah, James, none of that was going to happen, right? So, you know, and the only reason I told Ness to chill out was because I didn't want it to blow back on us later on moving forward. Although we had it on camera that he approached us first and he smacked Ness' camera. Ness caught the camera. Or it would have went full. He smacked it and Ness caught it. But if he didn't catch it and it would have fell, well, I guess it would have went all the way full throttle at that point. But salute to my brother James. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Nah. You gonna do it honestly, or we ain't gonna do it. Period. Big Hall, my Hall, what's going on? Hall, what's going on? That guy George, my brother in super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. What does it hurt his legacy? He's retired. Duh. This is a fact. Junkyard One, what's going on? Money in the Ghetto, what's going on? Pia D's, what's going on? So this is the fact, right? Groundhog Sports Nation, Heartless Productions, what's going on? Alexander Wright, what's going on? Prince Blizzard, Joseph One Simmons, what's going on? Frankie A.G. Nostos, what's going on? Now, I'm gonna get deep into this today, so strap up, because we going for a ride. Put your seatbelts on, people, because we going for a ride. Black Star Sports TV 2.0, PGH Big Dog, what's going on? Justin Hawkins, what's going on? Lights Out 973, what's going on? They said how many pay-per-view buys did it generate? It wasn't even 24 hours yet. We're not gonna know. Yo Daddy, what's going on? Oh no, what's going on? LeVar the Most, my brother, MDE, what's going on? So it just ended yesterday. Chris Copeland, what's going on? Not even 24 hours. It really just ended today because it was 12 o'clock, going on 12 o'clock. Yeah, I'm Albert Doherty. I'm back in New York, man. I ain't even go to sleep last night. Bobo, what's going on? Super Bros X, what's going on? Alex Pitt, Jesus is Lord, what's going on? Road Money, what's going on? Michael Andrews, what's going on? I didn't even sleep, man. My flight was at 6:30 this morning. I got back to the hotel around 1:30, packed up, put up another video, went and got gas for my rental car, cleaned it up, drove right to the airport, and I'm here. My brother M0RAL TV in the building. Go subscribe to my brother M0RAL TV. Yeah, I ain't even go to sleep, man. Six Williams, what's going on? T. Morris say 85, brother in super chat. I thought Logan Paul was a Care Bear the way he was holding those 24 minutes. He must have been thanking Floyd for the opportunity and the money he made. Oh, for sure. Tory Beckford, what's going on? For sure. Sir Dante Fox, my brother, what's going on? See, here's the thing. We're going to get into this. Now, put your seatbelts on. Kevin Faulkner, what's going on? Jason Smith, what's going on? I'm going to give y'all some numbers that y'all may not have realized that Floyd Mayweather did. And it wasn't the biggest crowd. It wasn't the biggest crowd Floyd Mayweather used to garnering. M on it, what's going on? Brent Lawson, December winner. D. Hodges, what's going on? Sherman Callahan, what's going on? Mitch, what's going on? A lot of people are going to be upset, but I'm going to tell the truth because y'all know how I do. Brown Squad Inc., Kevin Faulkner, what's going on? I'm going to explain to y'all why they feel this way. I'm gonna explain to y'all why they feel this way. Joel Bang, what's going on? So Stephen Taylor, what's going on? Six Williams, what's going on? I'm getting ready to explain to all of y'all why this happens with Floyd Mayweather. Because they can't understand how he continues to garner so much attention. How he continues to have so much success. Crook the GOAT, what's going on? And you ready for it? Henry King, what's going on? Canelo Alvarez purse. Y'all ain't hear me. Canelo Alvarez purse. Canelo Alvarez is considered the highest grosser in boxing, right? Blue Maya Lulu, what's going on? Moses King, what's going on? Rec, check this one out. Check this one out. I'm about to break this down, Rec. Check this out. Sir JC, Kevin Faulkner, what's going on? Get the lights up. We got 550 people. Let's get 550 likes. Because I'm going to break it down for you. And it's going to start to make sense for you. Phil J, 508, Kevin Faulkner, what's going on? Romero Harris, my brother in Super Chat, bro. Floyd had Logan knocked out on his feet. Then he held him up. Check the footage. Yeah, I saw it. You can't really see it, though. Nezara Watkins, what's going on? Kareem Ebanks, my brother, what's going on? Phil J, 508, Marcus the Great, what's going on? Big Glomanky, what's going on? Check this out. Yeah, I seen that footage, but you can't really tell if he was just stumbling. Rock New Yiddy, what's going on? So now check this out. Blackfish RTV, what's going on? Here we go. Now, get the likes up. Now we got 650 people. Fly High 89, my brother in Super Chat. Logan net worth is 20 million. He said he made 20 million last night. Double his net worth in 24 minutes. This is a fact. But I'm gonna give y'all a number. Kevin Smith, what's going on? Yuyapo Mpunche, Umpuching, Hindu Stick, what's going on? I'm gonna give y'all some numbers, and then it's gonna add up for you. Y'all ready? Brothers Red, the Zoomverse, Dro Bank, what's going on? So the highest grossing boxer today's time is Canelo Alvarez, right? And they said he made $30 million, right? Yes or no? He's the highest grossing boxer. Active boxer. We're going to put active. Robert Brown, what's going on? Right? Andres, what's going on? Lion of Judah, what's going on? Breezy Cool, Xavier Moses, what's going on? Ethan Fresh 73, right? TP Corleone's Funk Zone, what's going on? King Cross, Ethan Fresh, Xavier Moses, what's going on? The brother said, I own noobs. Do we care about how much money they make? It's about boxing though. Well, it always reverts back into money. So I'm gonna explain to you why money plays the part and why this is always viewed in a negative. Infamous JS, what's going on? Papi Chulo, what's going on? Well, Papi Chulo said, I thought Deontay Wilder was. So they make about the same. Deontay Wilder made $32 million for the Tyson Fury fight. So everybody's making about that 30 million range. But for boxing, they tell you Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing and he's the highest grosser. So that's why I'm using him as an example. Why? Because that's the comparison we always get. Canelo Alvarez. So I'm going to use him as an example at $30 million, right? Jay Cooley, my brother in the super chat. Get them greens in. Roll up. Facts. Salute to my brother Jay Cooley. So, St. Louis Mick, my brother in the super chat. Everybody had so much for Devin Haney getting his bearings in the 11th round against Linares, but Logan beat Floyd by holding the whole fight, shaking my head. This is a fact. But we know why. So now check it out, though. Kevin Moniz, what's going on? At $30 million is what Canelo Alvarez makes. In his last fight, $25 million. Let me explain to you why you get the response when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. He's retired. My brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. What's going? Go subscribe to my brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. Keon, drop that link. Roger Torres, what's going on? So here's why Floyd Mayweather's viewed. He's retired. This is an exhibition. We are so used to the expectations for Floyd Mayweather is so high. It is the bar for Floyd Mayweather is set so high. Forever Real, what's going on? Charlie J, what's going on? Anthony Britt, what's going on? The bar for Floyd Mayweather is set so high that even in an exhibition, he's retired. It's equivalent to an all-star game. It's entertainment. He's 44 years old. He's not training. It's an exhibition. It's not real boxing. It don't count for wins and losses. It counts for the people he gets in the ring with. It don't count for him. Y'all didn't hear me. Athlete's Journal, what's going on? Vadrick Lackey, my brother, what's going on? Ratchet since 91, what's going on? Straight Gay Trey, my brother in Super Chat. You and the historian remind me so much of my uncle and pops. I love being around them and learning history, talking to sweet science. Salute, Blue and Kurt. Salute to you, great brother. Appreciate you 1,000%. Mark Franklin, what's going on? Will Gray, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Glad to see you back at the events, getting these interviews, Blue. No doubt, great brother. Appreciate you. So he's retired. It's an event. But here's why. Back boxers of the past, current boxers, the sport of boxing, the fans, here's why. He's retired. This is an exhibition. The highest purse today's time is $30 million. Floyd Mayweather, people, made $30 million on the endorsements on his trunks alone. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all didn't hear me. Like, what's going on? Michael Knight, Southside Music, what's going on? Big Texas Clayton Smith, what's going on? Y'all ain't hear me. Brother Ray, what's going on? Sammy Rodriguez, what's going on? Ramirez, what's going on? This is why Terrell Square, what's going on? He can garner this amount of money. He can garner their purse. That's not even his purse. It's just his endorsements to put your name on his trunks. He got $30 million. He got the highest purse of an active fighter putting it on the line just to put names on his trunks. That didn't include his purse. That didn't include the pay-per-view. That didn't include the back end. Anthony Britt, what's going on? That didn't include the live gate. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hearing. This is why they want him to go away. Now, Garner. Now, mind you, y'all know I'm not a fan of how his mindset is outside the ring. But his business mind outside the ring, it works. Joseph One Simmons, what's going on? His business mind outside the ring, it's on 100. Keon Cobb, what's going on, great brother? His business mind, so y'all ain't hear me though, right? He made $30 million. He made their purse on his trunks. He made their purse on his trunks alone. So when you see Canelo talking about, oh man, what did we just watch? Or you see Ryan Garcia say, oh, Logan Paul won. Or you see other boxers saying, oh, what did you just watch? It was exhibition. It was an exhibition. I didn't expect, what did you expect from it? What did you expect from an exhibition? You go to WWE event and expect a boxing, a UFC match to break out? Zach Knapp, what's going on? Huh? Now, for an event, an attraction, and that wasn't even a big attraction. That was lackluster, to say the least, for Floyd Mayweather. And he still made a $30 million on his trunks. Lorenzo B. Canelo comment wasn't even about the fight. It was about the fight. It was in reference to the fight. It was in reference to Logan Paul, right? It was in reference to the fight. He didn't put it up for no reason. It was in reference to the fight. Nanya Radura L, what's going on? Made sense 84, what's going on? So it was in reference to the fight. Newark Native, what's going on? Bossinger, what's going on? Jeff Griscoa, what's going on? So he made their purse on his trunks. Salute to my brother Roll Money in the Cash App, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Cash App. Salute to my brother Roll Money in the Cash App. Much love to you, great brother. Salute to my brother Roll Money in the Cash App. Mr. Cool Guy, what's going on? Crazy 32 people, what's going on? Yeah, that. So Floyd Mayweather was in there with it was about the nationality team losing, my guy. Okay, so then, well, I was under the impression. Lalo's boxing, what's going on? Okay, Lalo, so I was wrong. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I thought it was sent to me as if he that's what he was responding to. He was responding to Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. So I stand corrected. So that wasn't his comment. So I stand corrected. I was wrong. Brooklyn Kennedy, my brother, Brooklyn Kennedy in the building. What's going on, Brooklyn Kennedy? He says, cats don't understand that Floyd made an easy 9 figures fighting a 23-year-old young 6'2", 210-pound YouTuber. He's 44 years old, 155, and hasn't trained. This is a fact. Okay, so I was wrong. That wasn't what Canelo was responding to. So I stand corrected with that. I thought that's what it was. So, but Ryan Garcia comments was directed at Floyd Mayweather. No doubt about that. We got 880 people. We should have 880 likes. Okay, Lorenzo B. I stand corrected. Challenger champion. What's going on? Lalo, Lorenzo B. I appreciate y'all correcting me, man. Jet Ski, what's going on? Charles Johnson, what's going on? Luke Jenkins, what's going on? I appreciate y'all correcting me, man. Giving me and updating me. Much love. Appreciate that. Anthony Maynard, what's going on? Yeah, so, but the thing is, right? So a lot of people, I see people saying that Floyd Mayweather and these YouTubers, Logan Paul, Ryan Garcia, Ricardo Miranda, what's going on? I see people saying the YouTubers and Floyd Mayweather and you know, they're ruining the sport of boxing. No, they're not. You know what's ruining the sport of boxing? Boxing. I'm going to say it for y'all again. You know what's ruining the sport of boxing? Boxing. You know what hurt the sport of boxing? The best not fighting the best. That's who hurts the sport of boxing. Doc Riz, what's going on? That's who hurts the sport of boxing. Boxing. The best not fighting the best. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, not happening. Anthony Joshua not fighting Deontay Wilder, that hurt boxing. Artwork, what's going on? Okay. Lennox Lewis not fighting Riddick Bowe, that hurt boxing. Okay. Gervonta Tank Davis not fighting the best lightweights in the world. You know, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez not fighting Devin Haney. You know, Ryan Garcia not fighting Tank. That's what's hurting the sport of boxing. Not boxing. I mean, not YouTubers. Not YouTubers. Peace be free. What's going on? Charles Lee Ray, what's going on? You know what? The YouTubers wouldn't have an avenue to come in the sport of boxing if we got the best fighting the best. They don't have an avenue. Sean Carter, Bradley Newell, what's going on? They don't have an avenue to go in the UFC. You know why? Because the best fight the best. So there is no gaps. John Moore, what's going on? There's no holes in the game. LS, aka Tags, what's going on? Ricky Cutcher, what's going on? There's no holes in the UFC that allow YouTubers to come in. Boxing allows that. And celebrity boxing has been going on forever and a day. Forever and a day. So these openings, these cracks, these gaps, is because of boxers. It's because of boxers. We should have Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. We should have Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, right? We should have had Canelo and Charlo and Andre. We should have had, if Tyson Fury would have beat Deontay Wilder in a timely manner, right? Instead of trying to maneuver around him and wasting time. Instead of trying to maneuver around him and wasting time, he wasted a year. He wasted a year trying to maneuver around him, opposed to just fighting him, and now you got to fight him anyway. So you wasted time. If you would have just fought him anyway, from the beginning, in January, February, we wouldn't have had this wasted time, and we could be on the Undisputed. But no, you wasted time because everybody wants to maneuver in a certain direction. Everybody wants to take angles instead of traveling a path and giving the fans the best fights. One hitter quitter, what's going on? Edgar Valencia, what's going on? Give the fans the best fight. Stop trying to find avenues and shortcuts to turn to get to certain places, opposed to just doing what you should be doing and fighting the best. And guess what? Then the YouTubers, they don't have then these YouTubers and these exhibitions don't have a place in the sport of boxing. But you know why it has a place in the sport of boxing? You know why? Skills from New Orleans, what's going on? You know why? Because that situation like Tyson Fury, instead of fighting him in February and January, he waited, tried to maneuver around him, and tried to have Undisputed without going the road that he's supposed to go. That's why. Oh man, I just took off. I own all noobs. What's going on, great brother in Super Chat? He said, "What's the solution?" Then money has become the issue with making these fights happen. I don't think the promoters are going to change. Well, I'm gonna tell you, great brother. Let me give you some knowledge on that. Right? Crook the GOAT, man. Stop putting that 7 in there, man. Stop putting that 7 in there. Ken Norton, Pride and Lion, what's going on? Right? Let me break it down for you. MK, what's going on? See, they tell you that money is the issue today, right? Because we have social media that gives us more of an insight what takes place. Money has always been an issue in the sport of boxing. Let me give you something. I own all new. Let me give you an example. They don't tell you this, but here's a lesson. Sugar Ray Robinson, back in his days, in the 50s and 60s, guess what Sugar Ray Robinson used to do? Ken Blackwood, what's going on? You know what Sugar Ray Robinson used to do? He used to sign the contract, agree to a deal. Then Sugar Ray Robinson would get to the fight. He would see, oh, it's a lot of people here. There's a lot of money going to be spent here. There's a lot of people in attendance. There's more people than I anticipated. So guess what Sugar Ray Robinson used to do at that point? He would hold out at the fight. He would get to the arena. He would look at the arena, see it sold out, see there's a lot of money being spent, and then Sugar Ray Robinson will hold out and say, listen, you got to give me more money on my contract or I'm not fighting. Because I see how much money you're getting ready to make here. So I'm not going out there. And then we'll deal with whatever we have to deal with, whatever I already signed. But you got to give me more money. I'm not going out there. See, you don't want to run. See, he knew that, yeah, he would lose in court outside of that because he signed the contract. But he knew they would lose more money if he walked away right then and there because of what they already had in attendance. Backfish RTV, brother in Super Chat. He said, speak that truth. Appreciate you, great brother. So he knew. So when they tell you this is something new with Floyd Mayweather, when they tell you this is something new, Crook, man, I'm gonna have to block you, bro. I'm trying not to, man. You spamming with the sevens, bro. With Jessica Burden, peace and blessings, queen. So this is what Sugar Ray Robinson used to do. He'd get to the arena, see how everything was, and say, oh, so y'all got more people and you're gonna make this? Okay, I'm not fighting until you give me more money right now. He did that on a number of occasions for them to up the money. So when they tell you, my brother, the historian, he'll be on in just a second. My brother Kurt Anderson in the building, because he gonna break this down even further. Right? Big Chief, brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. He says, salute to you, great brother. Silver Surfer, what's going on? Christopher Myers, what's going on? So when they tell you, oh, this is something new. This ain't nothing new in the sport of boxing. Ruthless Boxing, what's going on? This is nothing new in the sport of boxing. This has always been in the sport of boxing. The difference is, Jafari sees what's going on. The difference is now we have social media that gives us more of an insight of what's actually taking place. So now you get a bird's eye view of what's going on, right? Anwar Willis, what's going on? More so than you would have been privy to in yesteryear. Loving Al Gaither, what's going on? Exhibitions, like my brother Kurt is going to come on. Sage Palaki, what's going on? Peace and blessings to you. Right? So here's the thing. Hard body growth and development. What's going on? Overseer, what's going on? Big George 850, what's going on? So you're just privy to more information than you would have been in the past tense. So exhibitions, as Kurt would tell you when he comes on, Muhammad Ali did exhibitions in his days. Where you think Sylvester Stallone, Rocky character in the Rocky, the books and the movies, right? Where do you think he got that from with him versus Hulk Hogan? Rocky 3 came out in what? Let's go to the videotape. Since people, they like to tell you today's time that you're seeing something that's just being created today's time, Jaquavius Moore, and that Floyd Mayweather is the architect of these things, and that Floyd Mayweather and these YouTubers is hurting the sport of boxing. No, they're not. No, they're not. Rocky 3 came out in 1982. That's 40 years ago, people. Y'all ain't hear me. That means Floyd Mayweather was 4 years old. Floyd Mayweather was 4 years old when boxers was having exhibition bouts. He was 4 years old. How could it start with him? Logan Paul, Jake Paul wasn't even born. He wasn't even born. So how could it start with them? Rocky 3 gave you a movie that duplicated what was taking place in 82 when he fought Hulk Hogan in an exhibition bout. So it's 40 years ago. Knox 2K. Yeah, I know the exact number is 39 years, but it's 40 years. Muhammad Ali fought a kickboxer. Like, we know these things. So this is nothing new. But the reason that Edgar, what's going on? For the reason that it's gotten so big is, for one, social media, and for two, boxing is not giving us the best fighting the best, period. D. Laveau, what's going on? Rashawn Black, what's going on? They're not giving us the best for fighting the best. So Floyd Mayweather puts on an exhibition, and it's the main event because it's an exhibition. I mean, excuse me. It's a main event because we're not getting the best fighting the best. So if we was getting the best fighting the best on a consistent basis, then we would look at Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul for what it is, as an exhibition. Y'all ain't hear me. We still looking at Floyd Mayweather doing exhibition as a real meaningful event, because that's how much we crave to see the best. and because we're not getting the best versus the best, then we still holding Floyd Mayweather in his retirement years in exhibitions to standards of him actually competing in the ranking system. What are we doing? So Michael Jordan holds a charity celebrity basketball game, and he plays against Logan Paul in basketball. Are we going to say Michael Jordan is hurting the NBA? Chantel Hill, what's going on? Are we going to say Michael Jordan hurting the NBA? Huh? Huh? When the NFL have these celebrity flag football games, right? When the NFL have these celebrity flag football games, and you have the legends, Jerry Rice and Joe Montana and Steve Young and Dan Marino participating, are they hurting the NFL? You know why they're not hurting the NFL? Because the NFL is still going to give you the best young talent versus the best young talent. The best is going to play the best. You know why the NBA is not hurting? Because the best, I am Lori Baby, peace and blessings, queen. Because the best talent, the NBA, you're still going to get the best playing the best. That's why. That's why. So Floyd Mayweather has an exhibition bout. And oh man, I'm not watching that. Man, that's not good. Man, that's garbage. Man, I'm not watching that. Huh? It's entertainment. It's an exhibition bout. You'll go sit in the movie theater and watch Fast and the Furious and watch cars fly, and you know they can't. And you'll sit there for 3 hours watching a movie that's probably the sixth version of that movie, Fast and Furious 18. You'll watch that where cars are flying and they're doing all types of miraculously things, unrealistic things. You'll sit there, pay your money, and watch that, knowing it's fiction. But Floyd Mayweather have an exhibition, you know it's fiction, but because you're so hungry to see the best fight, the best action in real actual time, in real actual rankings, that you're holding Floyd Mayweather to a standard that's not realistic. He's 44 years old. Jafari Caesar, my brother in Super Chat, they big mad Floyd getting lifetime money in a day. This is a fact. And the thing is here is because he's still able to garner that much money, because he's still able to garner that much money, you still hold him in high regards. It's an exhibition. He ain't coming back to compete against Errol Spence. He's not coming back to compete against Terrence Crawford. He's not going to fight Manny Pacquiao in the rematch, and he's not going to rematch Canelo Alvarez. You're not going to see those fights. So because we say he still got it, he set the bar so high with his skill set that at 44, when he said he's done, and he's really done in doing exhibitions, we expect him to come back and fight Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao in the rematch, Canelo Alvarez in the rematch. He ain't doing that. He's done. It's over. His career is what it is. Accept it. Ellis, a.k.a. Tags, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Mayweather knows how to make money. He knows what the people want to see. I can't get mad at that. This is a fact. He's having fun, as he said. But we talking about, you got ESPN, you got Fox talking about he tarnished his legacy. How? It's an exhibition. It's an exhibition. How are we talking about he hurt his legacy? He had an exhibition of, yeah, it's a YouTuber, but he takes the sport of boxing serious. He came in at Floyd Mayweather weighed 155 at 5'8", 44 years old. This kid at 23 years old is 6'2" and 210 pounds, and he went in there to survive, not to assure himself that he wasn't getting knocked out. American Patriot 1776, my brother, he said $50 for that fight was ridiculous, Blue. It's not. It's exhibition. You pay, let me tell you something. People pay that more money to watch WWE, and you know it's already scripted before you sit down. You don't even know what's going to happen in boxing. Floyd Mayweather could have knocked Logan Paul out. Logan Paul could have got lucky and knocked Floyd Mayweather out. You sit down and watch WWE for $70. and you know they are all actors. You spend half of the $50 to go to a movie theater. You're going to pay $25 a ticket, not including you're going to pay an inflated number for popcorn. You're going to pay $15 for a popcorn that you would get at your local deli, your local bodega if you're in New York, your gas station, right? And you could get it for $2. But you don't mind sitting there paying $15 for just the popcorn. Then you're going to pay another $8 for a soda. So you're going to pay $50 to watch a movie, to watch cars fly, to watch fiction. You know ain't none of this real when you sit down. None. And you don't complain. You don't complain. Brooklyn Kennedy, my brother, back in the super chat. Blue, I got 100 that Spence stops pack. I want to know how Kurt feel as well. Also may just show the world that he's the greatest by outclassing Low. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather is just on a different level, and because he set the bar. I said he set the bar so high that our expectations of him is unrealistic. It's just unrealistic. It's unrealistic. Robert Singleton, my brother in the super chat. Cars jumping through skyscrapers. Blue blood. Right. Right. And we'll pay for that. And we know it's not real. We know it's not real. Because regardless, if you say, oh, I don't watch Fast and Furious. Okay, you watch some sort of movie, some sort of television. Right? Some sort of entertainment. And you know it's not real. And you sit there for 3 hours and watch it, and you enjoy it. So, Eeks Oaken 3500, what's going on? So when Floyd Mayweather tells you it's an exhibition bout, it's just that, an exhibition bout. Accept it for what it is. Smash the like button. We got 1,000 people, and we got 500 likes. Where do they do that at? Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. Smash the like button. Get the likes all the way up. We got 1,000 people here. We should have 1,000 likes. We got 500 people moonlighting. We got 500 people moonlighting. Smash the like button. I own all knob. My brother in the super chat. That's the issue that comes with where the money is coming from. Boxing fans knew how the fight would turn out. Brand new boxing fans expected a bang. This is a fact. Gio James Khalil 98, what's going on? S550J, Dominic Horton, what's going on? Money Mike, what's going on? He said Floyd ruined it. How did he ruin something? Kevin Ball, my brother in the super chat, dropping that. Go on your boy Blue in the super chat. Appreciate you, great brother. The brother said Floyd Mayweather ruined it. He ruined what? Overseer, what's going on? Black Soul 1906, what's going on? Sandy Sanchez, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing? Athletes Journal, my brother in the super chat. Flying cars. This is a fact. It's just like this, right? Athlete Journal. We watched the movie with Bruce Leroy, Last Dragon. Everybody loves Bruce Lee, right? Everybody loves Bruce Lee, right? Bruce Lee's name was made, and his reputation was made, right? Yeah, now we know he did compete in some real tournaments, but his star power, Trey Dennis, what's going on? Stephen Lamontes Hawkins, what's going on? His star power came off of what? Fiction. Y'all ain't hear me. Everybody loves Bruce Lee, the real Bruce Lee, right? His star power didn't come from the tournaments that he competed in, the tournaments he may have won, what he did in real life. You know where his star power came from? You know where his finances came from? You know where his worldwide global name came from? The myth of Bruce Lee, you know where it came from? Fiction, entertainment, movies you knew wasn't real. And you still hold Bruce Lee in such high regards that you think he could actually do what you saw him do in the movies in real life. My brother Box Conversation, Reggie Owens in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Box Conversation, Reggie Owens. Reggie dropped the link. Stu Baby Love TV, Jesse R, what's going on? Right? So you actually think that Bruce Lee could do what he was doing in the movies? Slow motion. Oh man, Bruce Lee gets slow motion in real life. No, he can't. It's called people tricks for the TV, people. Oh man, Bruce Lee could actually make it look like an illusion. No, he can't. Luis Valencia, boxing is not boxing anymore because of this fight. No, boxing is not boxing anymore because brothers like you don't choose to do their research and learn. That's why boxing is in the state of that it is, because of mindsets like that. Brooklyn Kennedy, my brother in the super chat, the like button is free. It costs absolutely nothing. Right. Don't moonlight, my people. Right. He said all that yelling Bruce Lee was doing. Whoa! Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people. Salute to my brother Brooklyn Kennedy. Big Zoe, what's going on? Black Soul 1906, my brother super chat. Floyd ain't ruined it. He gave us something interesting to see on the Sunday. He's also proved that even these big near heavyweights be scared of this man. This is a fact. Luis Valencia said, not, brother, you're wrong. First, you mean no, brother, you're wrong. Not, brother, you're wrong. And second of all, I'm not wrong. I'm 1,000% correct. If you're going to sit here and talk about Floyd Mayweather exhibition bout, ruin the sport of boxing, then you know absolutely nothing about the sport of boxing. And you should go do some research and learn a thing or two about the sport of boxing. DP Rocker, Sai McNeil, what's going on? Shamar Rasham Shalom, what's going on, great brother? Bowser C, what's going on? Coach D, what's going on? Edward Jones, what's going on? Mark Milka, what's going on? Father Strength, what's going on? Isaiah Conriquez, what's going on? If you're going to sit here and say, oh, Floyd Mayweather, this is why, what's wrong with boxing? No. The fact that he could make 50, 60, $100 million off an exhibition is something wrong with the actual sport of boxing. Don't tell me that. So if Michael Jordan could come and play an exhibition game, a one-on-one game with a YouTuber and make more money than LeBron James, how's that Michael Jordan's fault? You ain't hear me. If Michael Jordan can play a one-on-one game right now and make more money than LeBron James in the actual sport that built Michael Jordan to be who Michael Jordan is, then something's wrong with the sport itself, not Michael Jordan. Luis Valencia, let's go back to the Tyson era. That was boxing. I'm glad you said that. Did you know how long it took Mike Tyson to fight Evander Holyfield? Did you know that Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe didn't fight in Mike Tyson era? Did you know a lot of things that took place in that era? Are you privy to that information? I'm sure you're not. I'm 1,000% sure you're not. Mike Tyson era. That was real boxing? Come on. And Floyd Mayweather era wasn't real boxing? Because he beat more world champions than Mike Tyson has. He's done bigger numbers. Soldier Boy 9/11, what's going on, great brother? He's beat more world champions than Mike Tyson. Undefeated, and didn't have the things going on. Didn't have the initial push that Mike Tyson had coming out the gates. I think you paid $50 for the fight. That's why you're upset. You're wrong again. I didn't pay anything for the fight because I was at the fight. Wrong again. Oh, you're upset because you paid $50 for the fight. You're wrong again. I didn't pay anything for the fight because I was actually at the fight. Go do your homework. Do your research. Brooklyn Kennedy, brother in the super chat. Movies are made to suspend your belief. It's all fake. To suspend your belief, it's all fake. This is a fact. And nobody, Brooklyn Kennedy, and not near person have an issue with going. Brooklyn Kennedy, people will say, man, can you believe they went up on the movie prices? Can you believe the tickets are down? I remember when you could go watch a movie for $5. Now you got to pay $25. But they're telling you that in the movie theater. Isn't that something? They're telling you this while standing in the movie theater. Kevin Faulkner, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. How is Floyd ruining boxing when he is selling out of the boxing? Did Mike and Roy ruin boxing? Where was the backlash? This is a fact. Facts. You know why, Kevin Faulkner? Because he's never lost. Their aura and invincibility, it came down a notch. It came down a few notches. You know why? Because they lost. Real talk, God, your grill. What's going on? You know why? Because they lost. He's never lost. So he's still on the pedestal, and they want him to come off. So here we go with moral victories. Or he shouldn't have went the distance with Logan Paul. What? Quincy Carter, my brother in super chat. Only thing wrong with boxing is the best rarely fight each other. Not Floyd. Bob Arum is more to blame. Not even Bob Arum. Quincy Carter. Not even Bob Arum. I'm going to tell you why. The boxers allow Bob Arum to be Bob Arum. Nope, not Bob Arum. It ain't Bob Arum at all. The boxers allow Bob Arum to be Bob Arum. We can't have Bob Arum if the boxers say we ain't going to have Bob Arum. This is not going to happen. But all the talent continue to sign there. And they continue to let him promote them. So there's no Bob Arum without the fighters. And guess what? Francis Arcelius, what's going on? They continue to go with Bob Arum. How can I say it's Bob Arum? No. That's like me saying, man, Hondas are not good cars. And I go out and buy a Honda tomorrow. So why did I buy it? I could buy a Chevy. I could buy, a Lexus. Lexus is Honda. I could buy BMW. There's so many options. But I keep choosing to buy Honda and keep saying Honda is not good cars. They keep breaking down. Well, that something's not right. Something's not adding up on my part, not theirs. Jay Gadget, what's going on? Claudia Flores, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing? Something's wrong on my part, not theirs. See, that's the issue that we have today's time. We don't have a sense of accountability anymore. It's always pushed on thy neighbor. You can't say this. You can't say that. You can't do this. You can't do that. Why? It ain't my fault you chose whatever path you chose. That's your path. You chose that. Everybody has options. Like so 1906, my brother in super chat. That's like saying Ali ruined boxing when he did an exhibition versus Antonio Inaki in 1976. Folks that talk like that never pay to watch fights anyway. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, Lexus is Toyota. No, Lexus is Honda. Oh, Lexus is Toyota. Excuse me. It is Toyota. Excuse me. I stand corrected, Kevin Gray. You're right. The Camry, Lexus is nothing but a luxury Camry. Brooklyn Kennedy, my brother, back in the super chat. He said they still paying, though. It's entertainment. LOL. And the thing is about that, right, Brooklyn Kennedy? They're telling me about the fight means they paid to watch it. Just think about that. They're complaining about something that they knew was an exhibition. Yeah, you're right, Coach. The Lexus is Toyota. I stand corrected. They knew this was an exhibition. They paid for it. And now, because they got an exhibition, they bought an exhibition. Chris, what's going on? I want y'all to understand this. Terry Smooth Jr., what's going on? 2K Slump 21, what's going on? I just want y'all to understand this. Can't compare Chavez record to Floyd. Two different. Yeah, because you know why? Floyd Mayweather dominated Julio Cesar Chavez. Real talk, Cardi Grill. What's going on? Chris, what's going on? Let me give y'all another example. I'm glad you said that. Oh, you can't compare him to Julio Cesar Chavez. Let me give you another example. They like to tell you that Julio Cesar Chavez, he was old when he lost to Oscar De La Hoya. He was old when he lost to Oscar De La Hoya. The old age only works when it works in your favor. He was old, right? When he lost to Oscar De La Hoya. Does anybody know how old he was when he lost to Oscar De La Hoya? And how many losses did he have? Brooklyn Kennedy, my brother in the super chat. Appreciate you. New World Era Music Group, LLC. What's going on? Does anybody know how many losses did he have and how old was he? And he should have had another loss to Sweet Pea. But that's for another conversation. He was 34 years age, 34 years old with one loss. He was 34 with one loss. Should have been two, but he was 34 with one loss. 34 years old with one loss. How was he old? Somebody explain that to me. How was he old? How was he old? He was 34 with one loss and a draw. How was he old? Terrence Crawford is 33. He'll be 34 in October. I mean, in September. Is Terrence Crawford old? Is Terrence Crawford old right now? Is Terrence Crawford old? Is he? I don't know, my brother in Super Chat. At the same time, the only way to stop fighters from ducking each other is to talk smack until they do. Public, there needs to be a system. And there should be some sort of, you can't make this amount, right? Well, I don't want to say that, but there needs to be some sort of, right? There needs to be some sort of, something in place where you could say, where there needs to be some sort of rules in place where you could, you can't $30 million just to fight anybody should not be happening. Just like the commission, and salute to Davon in the super chat. Appreciate you, great brother, and my cash app. Brooklyn Kennedy, my brother, back in the super chat. Lexus is Toyota, Acura is Honda, Nissan's Infiniti, Volkswagen is Audi. Yeah, I had it. I got a little beside myself. Well, Julio Cesar Chavez had 2 losses and 2 draws. Excuse me. Excuse me. He had 2 losses. So he had 2 losses and 2 draws. 100 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws at 34 years old. And everybody says, oh, he was old when he lost to Oscar. Huh? No, he wasn't. He was 34 years old. How was he old? You know what he was? Sean Porter right now. Sean Porter has 3 losses, right? He lost to Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, and Danny Garcia. I mean, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, and Kell Brook. Sean Porter's 33 going on 34. He just has 1 more loss and he has the more draws. So how was he old? No, what happened was he got in there with Oscar De La Hoya couldn't compete with him, and they needed a reason for him to not be the same guy. No, and Oscar De La Hoya dominated Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., the great Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., he dominated him in only 4 rounds. We don't want to give Oscar De La Hoya, they didn't want to give him his credit for that. That's what happened. They didn't want to give Oscar De La Hoya credit for that. So they tried to say, oh, he beat up on the old legend. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He beat a legend in his prime. Dog Dragon 99. That's not even a reason either, because Pernell Whitaker had the same issue. And so did Oscar De La Hoya. Keep that in mind. Oscar De La Hoya, Pernell Whitaker had the same issue that he was going through. So no, that's not even a reason either. Just is what it is. Just is what it is. Oscar was the better fighter. He would have did that at any point in time. He was the better fighter. Period. Just is what it is. But this just goes to show, right? This just goes to show you. 2K Slum 21 said, how could I answer when you block me? I didn't block anybody. Please stop saying that. Please stop saying that. T. Scott, what's going on? I didn't block anybody. I didn't even know what you said. LV, my brother LV Live, what's going on, LV? Yeah. He's a basketball player, too. And, man, that dude is a 3-degree black belt, too. Angel Morales, what's going on? I didn't even realize it was him. That was he's a 3-degree black belt, too. So, my thing is this, right? Is that I didn't even see what you said, let alone block you. I give everybody the opportunity to you say what you want to say. Slim Jim 314, Shogun 76, what's going on? Yeah, that's one and Adam, man. Southern T Boxing, what's going on? Jason Smith, what's going on? Do I think J. Paul? Listen, these dudes take boxing serious. Yeah, Blue, who has a better resume, Lopez or Pretty Lopez? Lopez who? Lopez who? Andres 24, appreciate you, great brother. Dominique Horton, what's going on? Pretty Boy Floyd or Lopez who? Lopez who? I know you're not saying Teofimo Lopez, bro. I know you didn't ask me who have a better resume, Teofimo Lopez or Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. I know you didn't ask me that. You couldn't. Not that can't be possible. So what Lopez are you talking about? Come on, great brother. Come on, great brother. Come on, great brother. Is that really a question? That's a real question? Come on, bro. Swoop Cage, my brother in the super chat. The people saying Floyd ruined boxing are the same people who say the super teams ruined the NBA when there's always been super teams. This is a fact. Lopez, the new king at 135. Bro. Gar Harrison, what's going on? It doesn't matter what age. Doesn't matter what age. Do you know Teofimo Lopez? He had 3 good fights, straight fights, right? He beat Nakatani, big win. Then he beat Richard Comey, big win. And obviously Lomachenko. Come on, man. Come on, man. We talking about Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. That probably was the best version of Floyd Mayweather ever. Even better than Money Mayweather. I am Laurie Baby. Peace and blessings, Queen in the super chat. Hey, Blue. Mayweather is a businessman. We all have to respect that. It is, she said, it is what it is. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is a fact. Queen, Texas Bulldog boxing. What's going on? This is a fact. Because see, Queen, people are not realizing. They're not taking into account. He's just at this point entertaining. That's it. It's not for the ranking system. It don't count against wins and losses. They had on 10, 12-ounce gloves. He's never fought in gloves that big. Saeed Go, what's going on? Yeah, he struggled in the Nakatani fight. Sanchez, but the Nakatani win is looking better and better each day. Because Nakatani is shown to be very, very good. I think we didn't know, and I don't think they knew how good Nakatani was. I think that's the problem. Megatron, what's going on? DH, what's going on? I don't think that Teofimo Lopez and his team and Bob Arum realized how good Nakatani was. and I think that they picked him and didn't realize. Lorenzo Quincy, what's going on? I don't think they picked him at that time and realized how good he was. And that win is looking better and better each day. Because Nakatani is a good boxer, man. He don't have the best defense in the world, but he's a good boxer. Kevin Faulkner, my brother in the Super Chat. These same would have my brother Kevin Faulkner in the Super Chat dropping that half up. Go on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. He said these same would have celebrated the exhibition and said it was credible addition to the sport had Logan Paul even competed well. Right. Alex York, what's going on? They just want to see Floyd Mayweather with a blemish on his resume. Yeah, it was a tough fought fight, Sandy Sanchez. And some people thought it should have been a draw with Nakatani and Teofimo Lopez. Rodriguez Jackson, what's going on? Alexander Sampson, what's going on? I thought Teofimo Lopez won the fight. I thought he edged it out. Split decision. I thought he won the fight, though. He was still landing the big, clean punches. It was an uncomfortable fight for him. He was in an uncomfortable position, and but I still felt like he won the fight. But it was a learning lesson. Oak Park Boxing, what's going on? LEK, what's going on? LOL, how you ask a question if you're blocked? Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, LEK. I ain't even think about that either. They always say that. Joe Horder, what's going on, great brother? Floyd versus Conor 2, I could see that happening. Again, when they announced Floyd versus Conor McGregor, everybody going to be like, oh, I don't want to see this. He's retired, people. Please, turn the switch off. He's not fighting Errol Spence Jr. He's not going to fight Sean Porter. He's not going to fight Terrence Crawford. He's not going to rematch Canelo Alvarez. He's not going to rematch Manny Pacquiao. That is over. He is retired. Vladimir's dad, what's going on? He is retired. It is over. David the Real Thomas, what's going on? The thing is, we know his skill set is so high that you believe he could even compete with these dudes at 44. We give Manny Pacquiao credit for taking the Errol Spence fight. He's 42. Floyd Mayweather is 2 years older than him. And because you know that he still had the skills, if he took it serious, to compete with these guys and beat them, that you're still holding them to a certain level. Juan C., what's going on? Do I give credit to Castillo for the first fight with Floyd? It was a close fight. He didn't win the fight, though. Castillo didn't win the fight. Every time Floyd Mayweather's in a close fight, he lost. John T. the God. You come in here. Why you watching me, man? Christopher Schaefer, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a good on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. He said, salute, Blue. How can you be mad at a guy who makes 100 M's as long as he's not harming anyone? Who wouldn't do the same thing? I'll wait. This is a fact. But Christopher Schaefer, though, he told you it was an exhibition. Jordan Maverick, Los Angeles Lakers, what's going on? You saw when the rules came out. You knew it was an exhibition. You knew it was entertainment. You knew it was an exhibition. So what did you expect? Why do you go watch the Pro Bowl or the All-Star game expecting Game 7 of the NBA Finals or expecting a Super Bowl performance? Why? Why? Groundhog Sports Nation, my brother in Super Chat. Hurd was disappointed and shouldn't mention Jamel again. Man, I was so disappointed with Jarrett Hurd. It's not even funny. It's not even funny, man. It's not even funny. And where's the great brother always coming here talking about Hurd? And I love Jarrett Hurd. I love his family. Great people. He made no adjustments. He's gotten no better. He don't make adjustments in the ring, and he can't beat the elite. As we saw, he can't even beat, and I don't even want to say that, but he should have beat Arias. He should have beat Arias. Come on. Come on, great brother. Sandy Sanchez, you right. She said he got better. He got worse. Yeah, he did get worse. You know why? Because even less competition having the same success J-Rock had. Come on, man. If that was Jamel Charlo, he would have been stopped early. Come on, man. Prospect 708. What's going on? Come on, man. RUL Nunez, brother in the super chat. I think it's funny that people say that Floyd waited for Manny to get old, but he's almost 3 years older than him. Makes no sense. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. Be that bitch. Peace of blessings, queen. The right hand, the left hook, like everything Arias threw landed. Huh? Come on, man. Super Brox, you know why he beat Lara? War nutrition. He just wore Lara down. He just kept. If Lara can't keep you off him, that happens. Jelani Everett, what's going on? I was so disappointed with that. I'm like, bro, where is the Ernest Martinez Jr.? What's going on? Lala D, peace and blessings, queen. See you made it here today. I expected some adjustments to be made. Yeah, RUL Nunez. They'll tell you Floyd Mayweather, man, he waited 5 years too long for the Manny Pacquiao fight. Huh? Manny Pacquiao told y'all he didn't want to take this test. He didn't want to do that. He didn't like needles. He didn't like this. He didn't like that. And he got tattoos. So the person that held up the fight, you don't want to, again, we have an issue with placing accountability where it belongs. Manny Pacquiao was telling the world, well, he don't like to take tests because then he's going to feel weak. He wanted to know when they was coming to test him. He said he didn't like needles, but he got tattoos. Like, somebody help me understand what's going on. Lauren Anderson, what's going on, great brother? Primo, what's going on? But instead of us saying, well, Manny, that's not adding up, bro. That's not adding up. Something ain't right here. No, we'd rather say, yeah, you right, Manny. Floyd don't want to fight. Huh? Come on, man. Christopher Schaefer, my brother, back in the super chat. He said, I don't really care if it was sanctioned, if there is a market for it and it's not illegal and not harming anyone. I didn't buy it, but I'm not mad. Right. It was entertainment instead of event. That's all it was. That's all it was. It was the entertainment. That's it. That's it. Yeah, Harry Jones Jr. That's what he told us. Streets Talk Box. What's going on, great brother? He said blue is slow. Now get this. Salute to my brother Street Talk Boxing. Myron Denar, my brother in the super chat. He said, Blue, you know Hard got that Sweet Pea or James Toney level defense. Blue, you know Hurd got that. Oh, you meant Hurd. Hurd got that Sweet Pea or James Toney defense? Nah, I don't know. Miguel Bautista, what's going on? Bro, I was getting so frustrated watching that. I'm like, what are we watching right now? What are we watching right now? How do you continuously get hit with that right hand? There was no adjustments made at all whatsoever. Jay Gill, what's going on? None. The right hand landed over and over and over and over and over again. And no adjust, not even an attempt to make an adjustment. The same movements, getting hit with the same punch. I said this on my brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports, when him and my brother Batman was on there. And I'm going to say it again. I said this earlier in there, and I'm going to tell y'all. Jarrett Hurd needs to go spend at least 6 months because of his style. It doesn't work for any coach. He doesn't fit every coach. Okay? Dione Davey, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing there? D. McGee, my brother, what's going on? He needs to go get with Winky Wright. I'm going to say it again. He needs to go get with Winky Wright. Go with the peekaboo style, because all of that movement, trying to slip jabs, slip punches, right? Slip punches and all that, that don't work for him. Because this is what's not being recognized when I watch Hurd. He does not judge distance very well at all whatsoever. And that's not something that you can coach. That's instinctive. That's your instincts, okay? That's instinctive, right? So he does not judge distance well, right? So trying to teach him to slip punches and to see punches, he don't see it, right? He needs to get with Winky Wright, where it's very basic, it's very vanilla, just a high guard and jab. That fits him. Walk his opponents down, high guard with your jab, stay behind your jab, stay with the high guard, tuck your elbows in to protect your body, right? Eric, what's going on? Tuck your elbows in. Joe Becker, Kai, what's going on? Tuck your elbows in to protect your body. High guard on, right? Walk it, because he's walking his opponents down anyway. Walk your opponents down behind your jab. Behind your jab. That needs to be stressed to him. Walk your opponents down behind your jab, because he still has a high work rate. He cannot work his opponents for 12 rounds. His stamina is great. To take the punches he takes and still come and walking you down, to take the punches and the constant punches and pressure and things he's taking all night, and in the 10th and 12th round, he's still walking you down. If he went with Winky Wright and learned the system, because Winky Wright's system wasn't very hard. He didn't have to be slipping punches, thinking too much. No, remove that. High guard, tuck your elbows in here, right? You can see the punches coming every now and then, right? The ones coming down the middle, just enough to where he got to squeeze in. That's it. That's it. That's it. Malik Scott can't help Hurd, Harry Jones Jr. Malik Scott, he works with boxers. See, the thing is, you can teach Hurd, and this is, again, I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. My brother Jarrett Hurd. You can teach Hurd. You have to know your fighter, right? So if you're working with guys that are that have high level reaction or what you call it? What you call it? Your reflexes. Okay, that doesn't work for him. He doesn't judge distance right. So you can tell him all you want to, right? You can tell him, or you can teach him all you want to. His reflexes are not going to react to that because that's not who he is. He just don't judge distance well. And you're not going to teach him at this stage of his career to judge distance well. That's not going to happen. He's not going to do it. He will always resort. So what you have to teach Hurd is something very, very vanilla. Sean Miller, what's going on? You have to teach him something very, very vanilla. Winky Wright, he mastered that vanilla style. And it made it difficult for his opponents. Why? because he just kept coming, he kept coming, he kept coming, and it was hard to hit him. It wasn't the most exciting, but it was hard to hit him. And Hurd, you got to work to his strength. His strength is his stamina and his ability to take a punch. And let me tell y'all why I didn't like it, what I saw last night. I'm going to tell you why. That's going to hurt him in the long run. He's a young man. He's a young man. Sleep 1 hour. What's going on? Sammy Southpaw, what's going on? Swaggy Nation, what's going on? Mr. Green, what's going on? He's a young man. G. Al, my brother, what's going on? He's a young man, and I don't want to see him taking that level of punishment. Dr. Pablo Swag, what's going on? I want to see him be able to enjoy his family in 20 years. There goes 619 Cali Factor, what's going on? Your body, the human body is not made to take that on a consistent basis. If I was in his corner, I'm gonna kid you not, I would have stopped it. I would have told him, Lamont Griffin, Stephen Jonigan, what's going on? Yeah, Rashawn Black, it was very sharp. If I was in his corner, I would have told him, bro, if you don't start protecting yourself in here, right? If you don't start protecting yourself and not taking these punches, I'm going to stop this fight. Bo Ones, what's going on? I'm going to stop the fight. Why? Not because I think you're going to lose. GS, what's going on? Shout out to Dublin, Ireland. I would have told him, listen, not because I don't think you can win, because it don't benefit you in the long run. It don't benefit you in the long run. Bro, you may not feel it now, you may not feel it tomorrow, but in 10 years, 20 years, when you can't have a full-blown conversation with your 18-year-old son, Coach Rod, what's going on? Because we chose to allow you to continue to just take unnecessary punishment? No, I'm not doing that. Myron Denard, my brother in Super Chat. If EA Sports make a boxing game, Jarrett Hurd defense rating and boxing IQ rating would be a 0. Oh, man. It just no adjustments, man. Supernova Sun 77, what's going on? Shorty Dog, what's going on? True Blue 45, what's going on? Push Us, what's going on? I would have said, listen, bro. Tomorrow you may go and have a kid. And in 18 years, your kid coming out of high school and you can't play basketball with them. You can't respond to them. You may not feel it right now. You may not feel the effects of it right now. You may not understand it right now. But I do. And I'm not going to watch it. So you know what we're going to do? I'm waving it off. No, man, what you doing? I'm waving it off. Malik Walker, my brother, said I missed the super chat. I didn't get it, great brother. I apologize. So there's no way. No, this is over. This is over. If Arias can hit you, like, how could you watch that fight? William Taggart, what's going on? How could you watch that fight and not think? Because, see, he was calling out Jamel Charlo the entire time. And the whole time I'm watching the fight, and it's unfair to Luis Arias, right? It's truly unfair to Luis Arias because the bigger name is Hurd, right? And he was calling out an even bigger name in Jamel Charlo. And so that was the headline. We look past Arias. Oh, he's going to beat Arias. He'll walk him down and stop him. And the fight we want to see is Jamel Charlo. Tone Los, what's going on? He says, Blue, how do you go to this clown show but don't go to real fights? What real fights did I go to? I didn't go to Devin Haney fight because I had a situation at my house that I had to handle, but I was going to that fight. So, Tone Los, what fights did I go to? Because I go to all the fights. Tay Brown, Piece of Busters, Queen, how you doing today? I'm confused. So, Tune Los, I'm confused, great brother. I go to all the fights. and you want to check my record right now, because I'm already booked for Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury. I'm booked already from the 19th through the next Monday. From the 19th to the 26th, a whole week, I'm already booked. Errol Spence fight, right? He fights on the 21st of August. I'm already booked from the 16th to the 23rd. From the 16th to the 23rd. This is the first fight you've seen me at. Well, I don't know what to tell you, great brother. The canvas, what's going on? I don't know what to tell you. Andre Smith, what's going on? If you ain't never seen me at fights, then, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Brian, New York, what's going on? Stephen Jonigan, what's going on? I don't know what to tell you, bro. Tay, that's your birthday? Oh, you're going to get a great birthday gift then, huh? Yeah, that's how you go. I don't understand. Like, how do we always quick to put the carriage before the horse? Stem and Paget, what's going on? Like, why come and be like, man, why you don't go to fights? Instead of asking me, what other fights am I going to? Like, that, I don't understand that. Like, you don't go, why you go to this dude fight and don't go to real fights? Huh? I was already booked to go to Devin Haney fight, bro. Ask Bill Haney. I had to take an L because I had to stay back home. Ask Bill. What are we talking about here? I was at Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, both fights. I was at Errol Spence, Sean Porter fight. I was at Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia fight. I was at Jamal Charlo versus Brandon Adams. I was at man, you name it. Clarissa Shields fights. I was at Clarissa Shields front line, man. Clarissa Shields, Christina Hammer. I mean, come on, man. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? I was at Hurd and J-Rock fight. I mean, like, what are we talking about here? Myron Denard, my brother in the super chat. Blue old media disappointed in you. They say you need to cover real fights like Triple G and Sarmada. Hey, I was at Triple G and what's his name? Triple G and Sergei Derevyanchenko. I was there. I don't know. Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, both fights. I don't know. Just is what it is, I guess. So y'all mad that I went to Floyd Mayweather exhibition bout? I don't understand. Will Gray, my brother in the super chat, dropping that halfer. Dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Blue, any of your sources hint at what arena Spence and Pac fighting in? No. It's looking like the MGM. Tony TV, my brother, what's going on? J. Reed. Yeah, I don't understand, man. It's looking like it could be the MGM, though. Shaheed Latif, what's going on? Black Soul 1906, my brother in Super Chat. Another 1.4, a quarter of a dub for my hardworking brother. You don't owe no answers to anyone, Blue. I was on your IG live enjoying the coverage. Hashtag People's Champ. I appreciate you, great brother. Oh man, Chris Cyborg. Yeah, she's very welcoming. She's very welcoming, man. Stacks 1017, great brother. What's going on? Chris Cyborg is very, very welcoming. Clark Boxing, what's going on? Dion Williams, what's going on? Broken Tradition, what's going on? She would have. Oh, my brother Ron, what's going on? I'm looking at the name. No. My brother Ron, my brother Broken Traditions, my brother Ron, man. That's my brother right there. We truly been friends since we was 5, 6, 7 years old, right? He talking about, and go subscribe to my brother Broken Traditions. He talking about, wow, you rocking a Nets hat and you've been a Knicks fan since you was 5, shaking my head. Ron know better than that. He talking about you've been a Knicks fan. You've been a Knicks fan since you. Hey, DP Rocker, he know I've been a Bulls fan since we can remember, man. I've been a Bulls fan since he can remember. I used to play basketball, right? Ron, they used to tell me, they used to laugh at me all the time. Ron, what I wear every time we went to play basketball? LV Slugger, my brother in the Super Chat, Dang Blue, my boy Hurd didn't do too well this weekend. Hopefully he will bounce back. His resume speaks for itself. I'm still a fan though. Yeah, bro, you said that Hurd could beat Jamel Charlo. I told you that wasn't going to happen. I told you it wasn't going to happen. Ron, tell him what I used to wear every time we went to play basketball. Hey, I used to keep it under my clothes, right? We would go hang out and everything. I would keep my Jordan jersey under my clothes, man. We would go out, hang out, everything, right? I used to wear it under my clothes just in case we decided to go play ball. I had my Jordan jersey and my Bulls shorts under my clothes. I used to wear it under my regular clothes. They didn't even know it. And then if the idea came up, hey man, let's go play ball. Right? We'd go play basketball. I'd take off my clothes. They'd be like, yo, what? Anthony Bowen, what's going on? Steven Taylor, what's going on? Swag Nation, what's going on? They'd be like, yo, what? I kept it under just in case we went to play ball. I'd take off all my stuff and they'd be like, yo, how did this dude? Come on, man. Everybody got on regular stuff. And my brother Ron, I ain't letting Ron get away with it because he used to wear the Larry Nance socks. He used to wear Larry Nance socks up to his knees. I used to wear the Jordan jersey every time we played ball. Never failed. Never failed. And my boy Ron used to wear his socks up to his knees. And I used to be like, bro, why you got the Larry Nance socks? Man, that's the good old days, man. Now we done grew up. That was the good old days, man. Now look at it. Time wait for nobody, right, Ron? Time wait for nobody. LV Slugger. See, my brother LV Slugger, he keeping it a hundo. He said, yeah, with how he fought this weekend, he would have got stopped by Charlo. That's a fact. He said, you're not a baller. You're not no baller if you wearing MJ jersey to ball. Bro, that's all I wore. It's MJ jersey, bro. That's all I wore, bro. That's all I wore. you got to keep in mind, right? Scottie Pippen was my favorite player, but you got to keep in mind, in my era, in our era, you couldn't just, the internet wasn't the internet like it is today. You got to keep that in mind, right? The internet wasn't the internet like it is today's time, where you could just, Cali Raider, what's going on? Where you could just talk about a TV, what's going on? Where you could just Google a jersey, order it, and then get it, any jersey to your house. No, you could only get jerseys that was available. It was only Jordan jerseys. There was no Scottie Pippen jerseys available to us for us to buy in New York. Broken tradition, my brother Ron, he said, I enjoyed last night. I was just tight that my Showtime app didn't work until the main event. You know why, Ron? Because, see, this is what happened. Holy Grove, what's going on? Ron, this is what happened. It started pouring down rain, and the stadium is open. So it was raining on their equipment. The SS family, what's going on? It was raining on their equipment. So due to the fact that it was raining on their equipment, I'm sure they was having issues. They couldn't move the equipment. They were stuck where they were stuck at. They couldn't move the equipment. Davis, what's going on? So it was raining, and it wasn't raining. It was pouring. Mass Arms was going. It was pouring. I was like, man. Everybody was trying to go under, trying to go somewhere. It just was a bad look. Jay Lynn, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing today? So it was pouring down rain, and the wind, I don't know if y'all could see it, but I was trying to say it when I did the stream yesterday. The wind was blowing the rain into the ring. So they was squeegee. It was raining so hard, Ron, that they had squeegees. You know the squeegee you use when it's a flooding and stuff? They was using that to try to clean off the ring. In between rounds, they was stopping the fights and making the fighters stand in the corner. And they kept trying to squeegee the water off of the ring. That's how much it was. So it was pouring, man. It was pouring. You know, that Florida rain, man, is different. That Florida rain is different, man. That Florida rain is different, man. Yeah, it was coming down, man. I was like, the service was bad. You couldn't even make a phone call. The wind was whipping. The wind, whew, the wind was whipping through the stadium, whipping through it. Like I was like, man, and just happened so, Ron, when Floyd and Logan Paul was getting ready to fight, it just stopped. I kid you not. When Floyd and Logan Paul was getting ready to fight, it just stopped and cleared up like it never was raining. Soldier Boy 911, my brother in the super chat. He says, salute from Philly, my good brother Blue. Somebody please tell me why it looked like Hurd got trained by Dragonfly Jones from silence. Oh, snap. Somebody done told you wrong. Silence, punk. Silence. Oh, man. Anthony Carlisle, what's going on? Oh, man. He's like, I need my rent due. My rent money is due. Dragonfly Jones. Unbelievable. Silence. I need my rent money, man. Silence. Rent money, man. Unreal. Silence. Smash that like button, people. We should have 1.1K. What are we doing? So I don't say smash the like button. We just don't smash it. Big Block, what's going on? Jay Reed. PMD 530, what's going on? Yeah, he said Dragonfly Jones. Smash the like button, people. Get the likes to 1.1K. Get the likes up, my peopleizations. Get the likes up to 1.1K. He said Dragonfly Jones. Yeah, man. I was like, what is to continue to take the same punch over? And I was like, what is going on here? LV Slugger, my brother, back in the super chat. Where do her go from here? Stay at 154, move to 160. 160 is not the move. No, sir. No, sir. With the punches at 160, Maurice Bridges, my brother, he said, took my like. Well, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Just do it again, great brother. The real Rick Rob, what's going on? Yeah. Oh, man, the service. Hey, I did my live stream, right? I couldn't move. My brother, I could not move. I did a live stream, right? Everything was good. I took 3 steps, and it just crashed. Remember the first live stream I did? It crashed. DOG 215, what's going on? Robin Montgomery, what's going on? So I had to go walk to a spot and just stand there. Mad Hatter, what's going on? And just stand there. If I took 2 steps back, it would all go away. If I came 2 steps forward, it would be good. 2 steps back, it would all fade. Like I was like, man, this is not the move, man. Antoine Reed, yeah, I just sent Kurt the link. Silence. Ricardo Melrose, what's going on? AJ Johnson, what's going on? Corey Anderson, what's going on? The punches are too big at 160. Let me tell you something. Demetrius Andre hits hard. 30 rounds, what's going on? The predicate, what's going on? Demetrius Andre, he hits hard. If he was in there with Demetrius Andre last night, he would have got stopped. He would have got stopped. Everybody, the zone. Hey, Lalo, I don't know if you still watching. Michael James 616, what's going on? Rainy Boy, what's going on? Marshall Law, what's going on? Jermaine Bean, what's going on, great brother? Yeah, Jermaine Bean, that's a great point, man. He might lose to Jaime Munguia. You right. You right, man. If he was taking that type of punches from Aries, Jaime Munguia might stop him too. Maurice Bridges, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, I honestly thought Hurd was going to get stopped. He was getting hit with everything. His D is not good at all. It's not good at all. Is being generous. We got my brother in the building, Kurt Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, aka the historian, aka my brother, my co-host. What's goody with you, Kurt?
Hey, Blue, man, what's good with you, man? What's up, chat? AKA the family. How's everybody doing on this Monday evening?
Man, Kurt, I was down there in Miami for this event, Kurt. And it was eventful to say the least, Kurt. Man, the service down there, horrible. The fight, Chad Quinn Jr., what's going on? The fight, Kurt, it was all good. Got to the fight. Everything was good. Texas T 346 was going on. And Kurt, the sky opened up. It just started pouring right on the ring, right in the arena, right on the equipment. It was just like bad, Kurt.
Well, I want to say this. You know, people criticize Mayweather and they criticize the exhibition. And I was listening to you early on, and this is nothing new. This is nothing new what Mayweather is doing. But it's a lot of factors why he doesn't go away. Now, if you want Mayweather to go away, then you tell your fighters to fight each other. But as long as boxing is in the position is in as of today, then Mayweather might fight again next year. If he can make so much amount of money by fighting exhibitions, why would anybody stop in their right mind? Hey, he's a junkie and his money is a fix. And ain't nothing wrong with that, because we, as living in America, we live in a capitalistic society where we're taught to get as much money as possible. So who are you or we to tell Mayweather, well, you shouldn't do this anymore because you're making too much money doing nothing? Those are his staunchest detractors telling you that. You know, and Muhammad Ali, see, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, and Sugar Ray Leonard, and I don't know if you saw the brilliant Four Kings documentary. Brilliant.
I gotta watch. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
All 4 episodes, I couldn't stop watching it. You know, Hagler, Hearns, Durant, and Leonard. It was brilliant. Well, anyway, I don't know if you guys in the chat seen it, but it's brilliant. Great documentary. But Leonard Mayweather.
Hold on one second, Kurt. D. Laveau, you got to stop putting that in the chat, great brother. It's becoming spam. You got to stop doing that. Jonathan 97, what's going on? You got to stop putting that in the chat, great brother. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali are the children and grandchildren to Sugar Ray Robinson. I say that because Sugar Ray Robinson was the first fighter to really take advantage of his enigmatic personality, his charm, and the pretty boy fighter with the conch in his hair and the suits. The word entourage came from him. The pink Cadillac with the gold pleats inside the paint. You know, so when the sun hit it, it would shine. He had a restaurant that all the actors and actresses and everybody that was somebody was at Sugar Ray's, you know, which was a, you know, restaurant. Remember in life when Eddie Murphy kept saying, you should have been at the Bowman Room. That's how Sugar Ray Robinson restaurant was like that for real. It was the place to be. So, and he was the first fighter to get radio and TV money, as you explained. You know, he, you know, told the promoters the day of the fight, you know, that he was going to hold out or he was going to cancel. And the promoters, you know, had no choice but to pay him what he wanted. And then you had Ali and then Leonard and then Mayweather. And, you know, you could put those guys on Mount Rushmore because what they accomplished in the ring and out the ring, they maximized their money by doing something other than using a fist. Now, that's the way I'm taking it, and it's brilliant. I mean, who in a right mind in the chat, we got, what, 1,000 people, maybe more? Who wouldn't fight an exhibition? And we don't know how much money that Floyd is getting. It's projected to be 50 or more, but the pay-per-view numbers are not in. Now, I didn't watch it, and I didn't order it, but I understand business. I have a business, and I have a business mind. And like Floyd says, I legalized bank robbery. You know, and Ali for the wrestler, Ali for the football player, and Lyle Alzado, that was big. The wrestler he fought was Antonio Inoki in '76. So this is not the first time. George Foreman fought 5 fighters in one night. It was an exhibition. And you had old fighters that used to wrestle bears and all that, all kinds of craziness. You had Duran knocking out a horse. You know, it wasn't really proven, but that's what they said. So fighters always been in quirky situations that we call exhibitions. I never seen a fighter at any time hold all the cards that Mayweather has held. This is where the hate comes from, because he looks a certain way, he acts a certain way, but the control, no fighter has ever held the cards he has held. I've never seen it, and I've been in the sport almost 50 years. This guy fights a wrestler from Japan, gets $9 million for one round. Then he fights McGregor and makes a ton of money, a UFC fighter. Then he's in WrestleMania fighting Big Show. Now he's fighting YouTubers and getting maximum money. I mean, it's never been done. I've never seen this before. So Mayweather changed everything after Gaddy. He had a vision, and a lot of people couldn't see his vision. Al Heyman seen it. He was going to maximize his dollar by being an entertainer, fighter, showman. Now, some people say his fight wasn't entertaining because he was really never in danger, but he had a polarizing personality that made you watch. And what gets people ire? When you talk about money, him burning money and all of that, and connected with the hip hop crowd. When you're that successful, Blue and Chat, you must have other things working for you. You must have a machine around you, meaning a team of people who know what they're doing. Couple that with the Mayweather train would have been derailed if he would have lost, but but nobody couldn't beat him. So it went on and on and on, and people was waiting to see him lose, just like Ali. But Floyd never lost, and you couple with that with the hip hop culture being as big as it is, and the cars and the jewelry. See, people hated when he showed it off, but when Canelo did it and Marquez did it and Pacquiao did it, it was hard work. But when Floyd did it, he's showing off. The double standards. And we all know why, but that was the double standards. And, all of us was like, Mayweather supporters, we was like, man, that was inspirational. See $17 million mansions and all that. That's the epitome of the so-called American dream. We are capitalists. We live in a capitalistic country, and consumerism. And that's what we want. We're taught at an early age. We're taught to go to school, to become successful and get a job. We're taught to be rich. We see movies about it. We read books about it. Our parents talk about it. And what did he do wrong? He ain't doing anything wrong, but it's not that. It's the control that he has over boxing.
Right. Exactly, Kurt. Dion Williams, brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on us in the super chat. Walmart versus Gamboa, Hurd versus Charlo. Super fights that never got made, and in retrospect, we see that the fight may have been a mismatch. Which current anticipated fight do you think will fall into this category in a few years? Oh man, yeah. Walmart kept losing to Salido, couldn't get past him. And another fight was Mikey Garcia and Gamboa, because of Mikey Garcia going through the separation with Top Rank. Hurd versus Charlo. That's one that was huge. Obviously, we got Lennox Lewis, but those fights, I see what you're saying. Like, in retrospect, they may not have been the same competitive fight. I think it's going to do with the Ryan Garcia fights. Ryan Garcia not fighting Tank. Ryan Garcia not fighting Devin. Ryan Garcia not fighting Teofimo Lopez. I think it's going to be due to Ryan Garcia, because I think Ryan Garcia and he got a good skill set, and it's possible, who knows what his ceiling is going to be, but I think that could be Ryan Garcia. What you think, Kurt?
Yeah, I'm looking at Ryan Garcia because I don't know how good he is. You know, there's always a super fight that don't turn out like it should, and one guy wind up dominating another guy. You know, I don't know what fight that is, but boxing always has some unforeseen circumstances. The guy, when one guy is not on his game, you know, who knows? Can you imagine Crawford and Spence being one sided? I'm just saying that
Mm-hmm.
hypothetically. One
That's a
because one
possibility.
yeah, one guy is not on his game for whatever reason. He didn't have a good camp. I mean, look at Fury and Wilder. It turned out to be one sided because you know, certain, you know, things that happen. But you know, you get a fight, you know, and even Leonard and Camacho was highly anticipated because Leonard was coming back so many times. We thought, you know, he was going to have success against Camacho, and that fight was one sided. You
Mm-hmm.
know, look at Hopkins and Trinidad. That fight was one sided. So you just never know. Boxing always, you know, when you think it's a fastball, boxing will throw you a curve. It could be any fight. It could be the fight you least expected. It could be anything. It could be Joshua and Fear, Joshua and Usyk. With Usyk winning, we just never know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Caps and Full G, brother in the super chat. He said, very curious. If Paul Williams at 5'11 with a 79-inch reach would have done to Mayweather, real spill. Nothing. Uh, he threw punches too unconscious, meaning he just threw punches in bunches just to be active. He was a very active fighter. He had no real destination for his punches. He was just throwing punches in bunches. And for that, Floyd Mayweather would have made him pay because Floyd Mayweather would have counted him. He would have got his timing down. That's what happened with Paul Williams and Sergio Martinez, right? Paul Williams, I thought he lost the fight with Erislandy Lara because it's not hard to gauge his timing and his rhythm because he don't switch it up. He just throws punches, and they don't have very much power on him. It's just he's very active. And the deal with Floyd Mayweather, I believe it would have been something similar to when he fought Diego Corrales, right? He at that time Floyd Mayweather had the uncanny ability to dart in and dart out, right? Before you could get him, it would be the mongoose, right? And he would have given him the snake and the mongoose. He would have gave him the business, in my opinion. What you think, though, Kurt?
Yeah, people always look to Paul Williams' style because he threw punches, just to be throwing them a lot of arm punches, and he was a high volume puncher. But that style is not going to beat Mayweather because he was tall. He didn't have the boxing IQ to beat Mayweather. It would have been a wide unanimous decision. Mayweather would have used that against him. Mayweather would have neutralized him. He's the master at doing that. Like a great defensive team, Paul would have been frustrated, and he would have probably just said, just gone through the motions like a lot of Mayweather opponents. It would have to been a style like a Marlon Starling and Winky Wright, somebody who was smart in the ring, very good jab, a nice size, great defense. That's the style to beat Floyd. But the style like Paul Williams or Margarito, when people say that, I'm like, nah, those guys wouldn't have beat Mayweather.
Yeah, that actually, Kurt, in my opinion, I think that style was tailor made for him.
Who that?
That Paul Williams, Margarito, their style,
Right.
yeah, that was right up his alley.
Yeah, Margarito too slow, and Paul Williams, his offense was his defense, and you're not beating a smart fighter like Mayweather. A lot of people thought that he ducked Paul Williams and Margarito, but that's not true.
Yeah, you seen him, Edward James, brother in the super chat. He said Wilder versus Fury tickets, are they on sale yet? No, they're not on sale yet, great brother. Not yet. Slim Jim 314, brother in super chat. Hey Kurt, can you say the name of the documentary again, champ?
The
So,
14th. Mm-hmm. It's on Showtime right now. Demand all 4 episodes. It's the story of Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, when they fought each other. They got vintage pictures, man, that I ain't see since I was young, since I was 14. And it talks about their careers. It's a brilliant documentary. It's on Showtime right now.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that, Kurt. Taquan Savage, my brother, what's going on? Myron Denard, brother in Super Chat. Who would have won, prime Mike Tyson or prime Riddick Bowe? That's a good question, man, because I think that style of Riddick Bowe would have given Mike Tyson problems, man. The jab of Riddick Bowe, the length, the size, you know, I think he would have been able to control the range, the distance. He could take a punch. I think it would have gave Mike problems. What you think, Kurt?
That's a good matchup, but I lean Riddick Bowe. Fighters like Buster Douglas, we've seen it already, and Riddick Bowe and Larry Holmes in their prime. Mike Tyson have a hard time beating those guys like that. Big guys with good jabs that can move and can fight. And all three of those guys cut from the same cloth. Larry Holmes, has more tangibles than, of course, Douglas and Bowe because he was more consistent. But we seen what Douglas did to Mike. When people say, "What about Ali?" Just look at the Buster Douglas fight. Tyson, had trouble with boxers and guys who are athletic. So it would have been very hard for Mike to beat Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe had a very good jab. He was taught by Eddie Futch, and he beat a prime Holyfield, which was not easy to do. So I will have to give the edge to Riddick Bowe over Mike.
Yeah, me too. Demetrius Bright, brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the Super Chat. He said, great job, Booba, this weekend. Booba, who you got? Taylor versus Broner. Kurt, rewatched the Foreman versus Lau and Lau versus Ali. What did you think of Ronnie Lau? Taylor, what Taylor? Oh, Josh Taylor versus Broner? Oh, Josh Taylor. I'm picking Josh Taylor to win the fight. And then he said, Kurt, he rewatched the Foreman versus Lau and Lau versus Ali fight. What did you think of Ron Lau's career?
Well, he was a tough guy, out of the ring as well as in the ring. He served time in prison. He was cut from that cloth just like Ernie Shavers. I thought he knocked Ali down, but they didn't call it a knockdown. Ali went on to beat Lau. Lau was tough. The Foreman fight, which is Blue's favorite fight, the elevator fight, I call it. He was tough. He just came along at the wrong time, with all those other great heavyweights. Ron Lau was tough, man. He was known for the Foreman fight, but he just couldn't get over the hump with the other heavyweights.
Yeah, man. That's my all-time favorite fight. Paul Ruffin, brother in the Super Chat. Kurt and Blue, the realest to ever do it, hands down. Salute to you, great brother.
Salute.
Yeah, man. Kurt, that's my favorite fight. Doggy Pup, brother in the Super Chat. Much love to you, great brother. LV Slugger in the Super Chat once again. I got to give Blue and Kurt both credentials. Told me Hurd wasn't ready for Charlo, and I'm not sure with his defense if he ever will. Still good resume at 154 though. Yeah, man. Kurt. You didn't watch it, right?
No, people was telling me about it. I was not surprised though. I thought he was right for an upset. I thought he would get past Aries, struggle, get past him, and then lose to a known fighter. But I'm not surprised. I felt that J-Rock took something out of him. Even when he won and when he was trying to experiment the fight before that, he didn't look good. It's just that you cannot fight world-class fighters and average fighters with no defense. His defense is non-existent, and it showed against Aries, and he can't do nothing. That's who he is. That's just his chemical makeup as a fighter. He just like he gets hit. He's not defensively responsible. When you don't have no defense, you got to work on that constantly in the beginning of your career, and that's what he didn't do, and he's paying the price by fighting better fighters.
Hey, Kurt. Sheena, peace of blessings, Queen. How you doing today? Kurt, if you would have watched that fight, if you go back and watch that fight, Kurt, I was at the arena watching it, right, Kurt? And I was on live, and I was so disappointed, Kurt. it was such a disappointment to see a guy that is on the level that he is on. The level that he's on. True Blue 45, what's going on? Jack T, what's going on? Word of the day, what's going on? To see a guy, Kurt, that the level he's on and with the access that he had to the trainers and things of that nature, and to see him in that type of fight, Kurt, with Luis Harris, and again, this is no slight to Luis Harris, right? But Kurt, he's supposed to be levels above Luis Harris. One Main TV, what's going on? And Kurt, and when I say Kurt, it was worse than a J-Rock fight, Kurt. He got hit with every right hand and left hand that Aries threw. He could have threw his hand. He threw some of the punches without even looking, and they was landing. And Kurt, they wasn't just landing. They was landing with thunder, Kurt. Like snapping his head to the side and back and all types of stuff. It was just, and it was just round in, round out, round in, round out, round. It was like Noah, Kurt, the overhand right and the right hook, Kurt, it landed so much, it was nauseating. Like you didn't even have to know boxing. You would have watched that and been like, what is this dude doing? He couldn't, it's like he had a blindfold on the whole left side of his face and just couldn't see a right hand coming. It was Kurt, you please, if you get a chance to go back and rewatch it on YouTube or something, I was like, I would have stopped it. And Kurt, in the 4th, 5th round, if I was his corner, I would have stopped and said, listen, in 20 years, you're not going to be able to talk to your kids. You're not going to be, bro, if you don't try and attempt to defend yourself, I'm stopping the fight. It may not have an effect on you today. It may not have an effect on you tomorrow. It may not have an effect on you in 5 years. But if you have a kid tomorrow in 18 years, you ain't even going to be able to hold a conversation with him. And all because you just simply choose to neglect to use any type of defense. Like he just refused to. Kurt, it was like he was purposely letting them hit him with the right hand. Kurt, it was amazing. Like it is no way that somebody can hit you with a right hand, a right hook, and an overhand right that many times, Kurt. He landed that punch, Kurt. I kid you not. He had to land that punch at least 12 times per round, Kurt.
I'm gonna take a look at the fight, but didn't he leave his trainer and he has a new trainer?
Yeah, he's with Shakur Stevenson trainer.
See, a lot of fighters make mistakes when they lose. They blame their trainer, and then they get a new trainer, and there's no chemistry there because his name is new. They think he's going to improve, and they wind up losing again. That happened a million times, and it shows. Fighters like that usually regress. And Hurd, he was getting hit against Trout. Everybody hits Hurd, man, but it's getting worse and worse with Aries because Aries not on the level of those other guys that he's fought. And he fought some good people, but I think that's it for Hurd. I think you've seen the last of Jarrett Hurd. He's going to be a stepping stone for other people.
Hey, Curry, Sinful Tri Voice, he said he took like 100, he landed 100 right hands. That's ridiculous. Miss Put Together, Piece of Blessings, Queen. Ern Walsh, brother in the Super Chat. Blue, Hurd looked like he ain't want to be in there. He think his dad passing away had an impact. Yeah, no, but it and I'm sure that had an effect on him, right? But the thing about it is, I wouldn't be able to accept that if I didn't see this from him in the Julian J. Rock Williams fight, or like you said, the Trout fight and the Lara fight. If I didn't see this same pattern in those fights, I would say, man, he not there no more. But this is the same pattern. It's just progressing because now the level of opponent don't even have to be that skillful to have this effect. Even his last fight when he tried to make the adjustment, the fight before Kurt, this is what people don't realize, Kurt. That fight before the J-Rock fight, he was getting hit in that fight, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yep.
He was getting tagged. He just overwhelmed that dude. But he was getting hit big in that fight. Jafari Caesar, my brother in Super Chat, he training with Triple G and Brandon Rios reportedly. Now, I don't know. Yeah, Kurt, man, Kurt, if you see this, you're gonna be like, man, I kid you not. And then Kurt, after the fight, right? He said, after the fight, Kurt, he said he thought he won the fight. Francis Arcillion, what's going on? Now, he knocked down Aries, and it was a slip/punch, right? Because the ring was wet. And he got a knockdown, so he was saying, you know, with the knockdown, he thought he won the fight. Kurt, he didn't win this fight. L Dub Boxing, my brother in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Lawrence Williams, man. Lawrence, drop the link. Kurt, he didn't win this fight at all. And he was like, he was upset that he thought he won the fight. Donald Natter, 66-year-old Dree Grant, Triple OG in the building. What's going on?
When he beat Lara, he should have been working on defense because boxing is strange. When you come off a big fight and you win, you're supposed to ride that momentum and you're supposed to work on things because now you're confident. You beat Lara for crying out loud, and you're supposed to improve. And I always say, you know, the fighter, you know, that beats everybody is the one who learned the most and learned the quickest. And he should have been improving on defense, but he didn't. And that style that he brings to the ring won't last. Now you're getting beat by Aries, but I feel the J-Rock fight took something out of him. The body's not designed to be hit over and over like that. He absorbing those punches because of the weight. Who knows what he weigh on fight night? He's big, but it's fool's goals because, like you said, years from now, he won't be able to count to 5. I hope that won't happen, but you know, you got to have some defense, man. The slip punches.
Yeah, Kurt. If you would have seen this, Kurt, I'm like, man, GT Entertainment, what's going on? What's going on, great brother? Yaakov One White, what's going on? Yeah, who else we missed? Mad Hatter, what's going on? St. Louis Mick, DeAndre Carey, Walter Drix, what's going on? Yeah, Kurt, Chris Garcia, what's going on? It was zero defense displayed. And the thing that got me the most, Kurt, was there was zero adjustment. He didn't even attempt to make an adjustment to the right hand. Not an attempt, Kurt. Not the slightest attempt. T Plums 101, my brother, what's going on? Not the slightest attempt, Kurt, to make an adjustment. There was no, it was just, you know how you do that slipping and just get hit, just slipping and getting hit. And like, what are we doing?
Yeah, because listen, everybody's not going to be able to slip punches. That's an art form in itself. But at least you can block and parry punches like Mikey Garcia does very well. So, you know, he should have been working on that, parrying and using his elbows and shoulders to block punches and deflect punches. He don't even do that. He just get hits, man. And his career, man, I bet you he tried to go back to his old trainer, watch, because normally that's what fighters would do, go back to the old trainer, you know what I'm saying? I'm born again, and you know, it's and I like her spirit as a fighter, and I used to follow him on Showbox, but when he started getting hit, I was like, nah, he got to change the style. But you know, he got a parry punches, and you see what happened with Aries. I'm gonna go look at that fight now. I'm gonna go look at it, but probably tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, Kurt. It without the knockdowns, it was just Ron Lyle and George Foreman without the knockdowns, but no adjustments. Nick J, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing? She said, I felt bad for him. I was hoping he would have a good showing. Me too. Miss Put Together, Kurt. She said no adjustments at all. It was sad, and we're not even exaggerating, Kurt.
Wow, I'm not surprised that style, man. That Margarito, Arturo Gatti. I mean, it's fun for us, and Jarrett Hurd style. It's fun for us, but it can't be fun. No fighter likes to get hit, to be honest with you. But they just don't have the defense, and that's one of the biggest difference between a fighter from yesteryear and today's fighter. The defense is not what it used to be. I mean, when you look at a Bernard Hopkins, why do you think he lasted so long? Bernard was very rarely hit. You know, even when he was older, he was a brilliant defensive fighter. Or James Toney, those fighters are gone because they was taught to parry, slip. You know, we know about Tony. You know, that fighter, that Mayweather, Tony Hopkins, and Ward, those fighters are gone. That was Mayweather and Ward was the last of the Mohicans when you talk about defense slash offensive fighters,
Mm-hmm.
because of the teachings are not there anymore. They are the last ones to do it. Now fighters, they get hit very easy. And I'm talking about top-notch fighters. They get hit. I see that. You know, but it's a good thing he didn't fight Charlo, man. He would have been knocked out.
Oh man. Oh man. J.K. Slay, what's going on? Dollar Y, what's going on? Kurt, if he would have fought Charlo, it could have been. He could seriously. I'm concerned. Be open minded. What's going on? I'm truly concerned, Kurt. That's how bad it was. And maybe it's because I like him, and I like his family, and you know. But Kurt, I was like a whole time, Kurt. I'm thinking, I'm glad this is not Jermell Charlo. That's all I kept thinking, Kurt. I'm like, if this is Jermell Charlo, he could seriously get hurt. Like, seriously. Like, he was taking more punishment than Margarito in that Pacquiao fight, Kurt. It's just that Aries didn't have the power.
That's one of the worst beatings I ever seen, Margarito and Pacquiao.
It's the same thing, Kurt. It's just that Aries didn't have the power. So he was attempting to walk through him. You know, because he was much bigger anyway. But he was just getting hit. He got hit, Kurt, with everything Aries threw. It's just that he was having success against Aries. You know, he gashed Aries like Badu Jack in that fight when Badu Jack had that big gash.
Yeah.
He did the same thing to Aries. Because he was bigger, he was walking him down. It's just that Aries was landing these. You watch when you watch it, Kurt. Demetrius Bright, brother in Super Chat. He said, Booba, Hurd should fire this training team. They made no adjustments. What percentage of blame should they get? And see, it's hard to say because we don't know what they teaching him and what is he actually carrying out once he get in the ring. Is he listening? Is he not listening? Because go ahead, Kurt.
No, he was like that before the new trainer. Like I said, fighters make mistakes. They have to find something or somebody to blame. A fighter's psychic is like your grandmother's china cabinet. It's very fragile. So when they lose, you know, they go into a tailspin psychologically. So they have to blame the trainer. He's the scapegoat. The trainer's always the scapegoat because he's the closest. So then he fights another fight and loses. He fires the new guy and goes back to the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Oscar De La Hoya was like that. Every time he lost, he blamed somebody. He blamed his trainer. He lose again and blame his trainer.
Mm-hmm. Myron Denard, brother in the Super Chat, Kurt. He said, Kurt, Jarrett Hurd made Arturo Gatti look like Sweet Pea. That's how bad his defense was.
Man.
Yeah, Kurt, you see that. And you know what it was, Kurt? Lawrence Williams, Kurt, he said, if that was from Farah, he would have stopped Hurd, Kurt.
Yeah, I believe that. You know, you're only going to go so far, man. I kind of knew it, too. I'm like, you know, when Margarito beat Cotto the first time and he was taking those shots, and people was like, man, my friend was like, Margarito is a beast. And I was like, it ain't going to last too long. And they was like, you know, you see what he could do. You see the punches he took. That's on certain nights you get fighters who could take punishment, but that don't mean that every time they fight, they're going to take that level of punishment that Cotto dished out. That was just the night where he was just on his game because when Mugabe fought Hagler, he took a beating. And after that, Hagler beat all the fight out of him, and he was getting knocked out in the first round. So people don't really understand boxing and the punishment that your body take. You can't do that every fight.
Right.
You can't.
Right. St. Louis Mick, brother in the Super Chat, he said, I had to stop watching the Hurd fight. It was that bad, Blue. All I could think about was future brain damage, CTE. It was like torture session, shaking my head. Yeah, Kurt. You see what I'm saying, Kurt?
Wow, man. I definitely, I might look at it tonight because I want to see. Now I kind of know what to expect, but when I got an update that Aries beat Hurd by split decision, I was not surprised at all because that performance that he fought when he was trying different things, I said, man, he's a guy that's right for an upset.
Mm-hmm. Look, salute to the brother Southern T Boxing. Go subscribe to Southern T Boxing. He said, I need Hurd to retire. He really just be standing there. Yeah, Kurt. See? I'm not kidding, Kurt. When you watch it, it's like, because what I'm thinking about it, right, is Kurt, is if this is if this is Jermell Charlo, or imagine at 160 Jamal Charlo, or even a Canelo or Andre landing those uppercuts and things like that, Kurt, it makes me like, it's like, man, no, man. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him in there. If Aries could do that, I don't want to see him in there with no top-notch fighter. None. Especially not ones with power. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, man. Austin Grant, what's going on? There's no way. I don't want to see that, man. Don't want to see it. Jermell Charlo in there with him, I don't want to see that, man.
I mean, neither. You know, Charlo is a pinpoint
accurate,
heavy puncher, man. Accurate, like an assassin, man.
Mm-hmm.
Completely wrong style.
Or somebody else, Kurt, Jason Rosario.
Yeah.
Woo. Exactly, Nick JC said cringeworthy. Exactly. I just think about, like, no, I don't want to see that, man. I said this: if he's gonna stay in the sport of boxing, Kurt, I said I would like to see him get with Winky Wright, because he has no judgment of distance. He can't judge range. It's like he can't see, he can't tell how far you are out of, are you out of punching range. He don't have no sense of that. It's like he just, Sheila Franklin, what's going on? He has no sense of distance and range. It's like he don't know how far out it is. So I said that I would like to see him get with a Winky Wright, somewhat vanillified things for him. You know what I mean? Just high guard, tuck your elbows in and protect your body, stay behind your jab. Just, if you're going to stay active, that's what he can't be where it's too, and no slight to him, but it can't be what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you can't give him, because muscle memory just takes over. So you can't give him a style that's a thinking man style, if that makes sense. You understand what I'm trying to say, Kurt? Like, yeah. You can't, like, you got to slip this with this shoulder and come back with, like, that's too much, I think, for him. I think it would be better suited, and I mean, Winky Wright mastered. He understood what he was doing. But the high guard, peekaboo, tuck your elbow, block your body, stay behind your jab, because he's a machine. He just keeps coming. His stamina, Kurt, he kept coming all night. It just was just taking cringeworthy punches, but he kept coming the entire night. He just kept coming. Round 10, he's still coming. He's still coming, just like he did with Lara and everybody else. Same thing. But he go ahead, Kurt.
He just should have been working on certain things. Fighters got to learn to ride the momentum when they come off a big fight. They have to. That's when you be in the gym and work on certain things, because your confidence is already at an all-time high, and that's a great time to be in the gym and work on things that's not to your strength. And a lot of fighters, they don't really do that. They get relaxed and they start partying and stuff. They do the opposite, but that's how you improve. But the thing with boxing is, I'm gonna say this real quick, that sometimes a fighter is who he is. Like they say, people will show you who they are, and in boxing it's the same thing. Genetically, chemically, certain fighters can never be boxers. Like Margarito, Hurd, no matter what they do, they can work on and improve things, but it's eventually going to show. And certain fighters, when they try to work on things and they start losing, they regress back to who they were. You know, most punchers and most so-called tough guys are like that. When you look at a Mike Tyson biting Evander Holyfield in the air, or Julio Cesar Chavez wanted to get out the second Frankie Randall fight, he kept, telling the he was leading the doctor. He wanted the fight stop. Or Sonny Liston was talking tough and he quit on his stool. It's usually the tough guy brute who quits because they can't make adjustments. And boxing is a science. It's all about making adjustments. And when you look at scientific fighters who can fight 2, 3, 4 different ways, those are the guys that be successful.
Mm-hmm. The ones that can make adjustments. And Kurt, so am I off when I say if he's going to continue to vanillify his style and go with a Winky Wright, I would just go spend time with Winky Wright. He lost to Arias, so push for a rematch with him, or a lower level opponent, 2 lower level opponents. He's off the radar right now, Kurt.
Number one, he's going to have to get his confidence back because his confidence is at an all-time low. So you have to put him in the ring with, I don't like disrespect any fighter, but I would say cupcake or tomato can, just to get his confidence back. And he's going to have to learn, because he can't slip punches. He doesn't have those type of genetics. He's going to block, use his arms, use his shoulders, and parry punches like Mikey Garcia does a lot. Certain fighters, it takes, and it's an art form and science to slip punches because your timing got to be on. If you can't do that, then you got to block or parry punches, like I say. Tuck your elbows, use your arms, use your shoulders to block your chin, stuff like that. It's a lot that he can learn, but is the person he worked with, they got to have a chemistry. Because if he just go get anybody and the chemistry is not there, then something's going to be off. He's going to lose again. So he should have been working on this long ago. I don't know. It might be too late for Hurd, man, but he's going to have to fight some lower level competition to get his confidence back.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, get with a Winky Wright, have 2, fights where you could work on what he's teaching you, not no high level fights, you know what I mean? Something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's in a very dangerous division too. You got to look at all the opponents.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And he could find himself seriously getting hurt, because we don't know, Kurt, when his body's going to say this is enough. KB, what's going on? It's Jay, what's going on? You see what I'm saying, Kurt?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know when that day his body's going to say, we can't take this no more. And think, Kurt, if he's doing that in the ring, imagine what he's doing in sparring. Just imagine.
Yeah, some people think it's cool and exciting to take punches, and we call them warriors and stuff. But I'll tell you another fighter that paid the price, Miguel Berchelt.
Miguel Berchelt.
He's another one. He fought a guy that fought smart, and Berchelt left his self open. I mean, that's the style he fought in. You look at Ramirez. Ramirez, he didn't have good defense, and he lost to Taylor, knocked down twice and punished because he too wasn't defensively responsible. So when I brought up these guys, when you're not responsible defensively, and you fight good fighters, you're going to lose. It's written in cement. It's etched in stone. That's just the science of the sport. That's why we call it the sweet science. It's boxing, the gentleman of pugilism. It's a reason that we call it that.
Yep. Marky Dan 123, great brother in the super chat. He said, if Eubank Jr. could change his sloppy style with Roy Jones after losing 2 of his biggest fights, I still have hope that Hurd can change. The difference is, and salute to BB, super fan for life. Salute to you, great brother. The difference is Chris Eubanks Jr. has the athletic ability to make adjustments. He just have a sloppy approach. So he had the skill set and the athletic ability. He just have a sloppy approach to. So when he made the adjustment, he has the skill set. It's just a mindset for him, right? It's different. Hurd doesn't have the ability to move around the ring. He doesn't have the mindset to do that. It's just different. What you think, Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right. Roy, you seen Eubanks' last fight, Roy was trying to teach him to move his head, to do certain things. His technique is sloppy. If they can shorten up his punches, but he moves a lot better than Hurd. That's the difference. That is genetically, his feet are faster and his muscles are more quicker, fast twitch, as they say. So that's a big difference. And Roy working with him, and he's trying to do certain things with Eubanks. But see, that Warriors mentality is not good. That's why I like Eddie Reynoso, because he was saying in the interview a couple of weeks ago, he said the Mexican fighter doesn't fight, like just get hit. That's the stereotype that they use. Eddie Reynoso said. He said, I'm trying to get my fighters to fight. He didn't want to say it more of an American style. He just said more defensively and counterpunch. That's why he changed Canelo, and that was very smart of him to do that and have that mentality, because like I said, when you fight like that, eventually you're going to lose. How many times a guy, and no matter where he's from or what he looked like, he has that kill to be killed attitude. He goes up against a guy who's defensively sound and he gets the brakes beat off him. How many times have we seen it over and over and over again? Because that guy that stresses defense come from a culture that his trainer, his boxing gym stresses defense. Your trainer says, when a guy 8-9 years old walks into a gym, the first thing he's teaching him, when he put his foot on a piece of paper, and the trainer tell him, don't take your foot off that piece of paper, and you're going to stand there and slip punches. You're going to use your shoulders like Bernard Hopkins. You're going to use your upper body like James Toney. You're going to use your cross-arm defense like Ezra Charles and George Foreman. It becomes a culture, and it becomes entrenched in his head. And now he knows, like Tyson throwing combinations when Rooney used to call out the numbers. It's in him. So this is a culture. What Floyd and Purnell was being taught. They used to put a tire in the ring. They had to step one foot in the tire, and they couldn't move that his leg or his foot out of that tire, and he had to slip punches. That's the true school of boxing, because guys that can, because it's just like basketball. You can get anybody to shoot, but not anybody can rebound or play defense. Well, it's the same in boxing. Anybody could throw a punch, but you get him to slip punches and counter, like Jersey Joe Walcott or Ezra Charles and guys like that, is a different type of learning, and you're going to be successful. That's why all those guys was great.
Mm-hmm. So we got Jamil Hubbard. He said, Blue, you don't know nothing about the middleweight division. So I know about the welterweight division. I know about the heavyweight division. I know about all the lightweight division, but I don't know nothing about the middleweight division. Dion Smith, my brother, what's going on? I am Lori Baby. Peace and blessings to the queen in the super chat once again. She said, hey, Blue and Kurt, what's amazing to me is he actually thought he won. Hurd needs to evaluate his boxing career. Charlo will knock him out, period. Yeah, I agree. But I told you guys, after the fight, School of Skills was going on. I told you guys that after the fight that he was going to say he won the fight because he's just used to fighting in that manner and taking those hits. Like, he don't think it counts against the scorecards. As if it don't count against the scorecards. Bro, you are taking big, clean punches. The judges are scoring that. The judges are scoring that. I told everybody, Kurt, he was upset after the fight. He truly thought he won. Truly, Kurt. And it's like, yeah, you was putting pressure on him. Yeah, you was hitting him, but he was hitting you with more clean punches. You was just active. You was putting pressure on him. You was attempting to walk him down, and yeah, you did drop him, and yeah, you did cut his forehead. But he was more accurate than you. And I did a stream. I was talking about it, Kurt, and I said, now watch after the fight. He's gonna say he thought he won the fight. I mean, every fighter usually say they won, but Kurt, when you watch the fight, it's just, man, it just wasn't a good look to me, Kurt. Just wasn't, man. Captain, what's going on? He said it really should have been a unanimous decision for Cuba. Yeah, it was the knockdown, but why do fighters do that, Kurt?
Deep denial, man. Deep denial.
Yeah, it's like, so the brother said, I don't know nothing about the middleweight division. What's there? Nicholas Brady, what's going on? What's there for me to not know? Or what don't I know? That don't even add up, man. Doesn't even add up.
Well, obviously he don't know you, Blue.
I don't know I know every other division but your division. Isn't that amazing, Kurt? I know every division but yours. The one that you participated.
He said he a fighter, middleweight?
No, I'm just assuming.
Oh, okay. Assume, okay.
You know why, Kurt? Because why would you pick that division? You see what I'm saying, Kurt? Oh, you don't know nothing about the middleweight division. Real McCoy, my brother, what's going on with you? So I'm just assuming that you must be a boxer and you participate in the middleweight division, and you're saying I don't know anything about the division. Well, I know that Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo are the best two middleweights in the world. I know Triple G don't want to fight either one of them, and he'll lose to either one of them. I mean, and it's not hard to define the middleweight division. It's not a lot of players in the middleweight division right now. What you think about the middleweight division, Kurt?
Well, I'm used to it. I'm used to the middleweight division. It's a high-profile division with some great fights. It's my second favorite division after welterweight. Middleweights are thin right now. You got Charlo and Andrade and Triple G still in the mix, hanging on, coming up the rear, as they say. But I'm used to it. I'm used to the middleweight division being like high profile. The Marvin Haglers, Carlos Monzones, the James Tonys, and so on and so on. But every division go through a thin period, and let's see what happens. Maybe we will have some young fighters that can put some shine on the division in the near future. Yeah. Or they can fight Charlo and the champions or what have you.
Yeah, I love the middleweight division. Just Joe King, what's going on? I love the middleweight division, Kurt. It's what you think that's the most glamour division, or is the welterweight division? Outside of the heavyweights.
Mine is welterweight, maybe because of my favorite fighter, who is Sugar Ray Robinson, and my favorite fighter of all time, Leonard Hearns, and Donald Curry, Milt McCory. I just have vivid memories of the welterweight division. Always been a great division because it's middle of the pack where you have power and speed, and seeing Tommy Hearns stretch people, my favorite knockout artist. So I guess that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Those two divisions, man. And the heavyweight division, Kurt.
Yeah, the heavyweight division is the cornerstone of boxing. You know, I mean, the most popular athlete ever was the heavyweight Muhammad Ali, and look at all the historic fights at heavyweight. My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I love the heavyweights, man. I love the sport of boxing, man. You know, my favorite time is funny, right, Kurt? Because you don't get boxing is not seasonal, you know. But I remember this day. I watched the Acelina Freitas fight when he fought what's his name? Diego Corrales, right? And Jab Jamboree, my brother Ack Reacher. What's going on, Reach? Go subscribe to my brother Ack Reacher. I watched it in Coney Island, right, at my cousin's house, and it was I just remember the air and the that day, like, and I was like, man, I just enjoyed. We were sitting on the couch, and I just enjoyed that day, man, and it was like, man, that day, I don't know, it just stuck with me. And that's not even, you know, it's not the most glamour fight. Most people won't, you know, we remember fights like that, right, Kurt? But, you know, man, that fight, Kurt, it just was like, I don't know, it just made my summer. It just made my, like, I don't know, but you know, when football starts, is you can smell it in the air, the fall season, and you know, the leaves start to fall, and football season is coming, and it's like, oh man, it's football season. You know what I mean?
I'm the biggest sports fan in the world. Soccer, hockey. I'm watching the hockey playoffs. Baseball. My Yankees is messing up, but
Yeah.
boxing. My Yankees. I got swept by the Red Sox. But anyway,
man, oh man.
You know, I'm a huge Yankee fan. But anyway, there's nothing like the sport of boxing. The anticipation of a big fight and they enter in the ring. When I was a 16-year-old kid and Leonard was fighting Hearns in '81, you know, and I was telling my father, I said, Dad, I can't believe it's about to happen. And we was all excited, and you could cut the tension with a knife. You could see money change his hands, people betting. You know, Leonard got into the ring, people was booing and cheering for Leonard, and then they would cheer for Hearns. It was magical. My father said he never experienced anything like I was too young. Ali and Frazier first fight, and my grandfather said he never experienced nothing like Joe Louis coming into the ring against Max Schmeling. When Joe Louis fought Max Schmeling, that was the most listened to radio telecast in the history of mankind. So it's weird when you have two fighters in that square circle, but yet somehow, some way, that boxing ring becomes the center of attention, and it becomes political, and it becomes about race, it becomes about everything. Boxing has been through that throughout the years. Lewis and Schmeling was strictly political, you know, and about supremacy, and then they became good friends afterwards. So it's weird how rivalries like Ali and Frazier can hate each other, and then somehow, some way, they rivals turn into friendships because you have a respect, you know, just like Leonard and Duran, where Duran couldn't even go back to his own country after the Nomos fight. So boxing has a weird way of getting the world's attention.
Mm-hmm. Jamel Hubbard said welterweight. Duh. I can't. Sherry Thompson, what's going on? I can't. I guess peace and blessings, Queen. don't even know. All right, Jamel Hubbard, man. I don't know who you're talking to. I don't know what he's talking about. What are you talking about, brother? So yeah, Kurt, so what are you looking forward to now moving forward, Kurt?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Shakur. I believe is this Saturday. Um, I'm looking forward to seeing Charlo Castano because it's for undisputed. Fury and Wilder. It's not one fight; it's a whole bunch of fights because we're in the middle of a lot of good fights. I want to see how Tank looks at 140. I can't wait to see Charlo again. What he's going to do at if he gets past M0RAL, which he should, and just it's something about the summer and boxing. It just goes together, man, like peanut butter and jelly. I just love watching boxing in the summertime for some reason.
Yeah, I can't wait, Kurt. I really want to, obviously the sport of boxing is we deal with, Tania Marie, peace of blessings, Queen. How you doing today? Matthew Ellison, what's going on? X Crypto, what's going on? We always looking past what's in front of us. So smash the like button. Get the likes to 1.2K. We should be at 1.2K. Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1.2K. Yeah, Kurt. So, I want to see Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring. And, obviously he got to have this fight coming up that Saturday, right? And, once he gets past this, I want to see what's next for him. I want to see that Jamel Herring fight. David Bohannon, what's going on, great brother? Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1.2K. So I'm eager to see that. And then we got the 19th is the Teofimo Lopez. I'm eager to see how that fight with him and George Kambosos Jr. pays out and see if he fights Devin Haney next. And then we got Jamal and Monteo. And then we have Lomachenko and Nakatani. So we got a good stretch of fights.
Yeah, I think an underrated fight is Casemiro versus Rigondeaux because you have a puncher, an aggressive fighter that's going to fight a boxer. So when you have a puncher versus boxer, it's always a very interesting matchup. Daniel Dubois fought, to get his confidence back. He won in a couple of rounds just to get himself back and to winning ways. I didn't see the fight, but he won easy. But I'm just looking forward to a lot of fights. Lubin and Rosario, that's a very good cold main event, along with Tank and another fight is on that card that I forget. But I'm gonna order that fight. I'm definitely ordering that. And I just it's a cachet of fights that I'm really looking forward to seeing. So we got some good bouts coming up.
Yeah, I absolutely can't wait, man. D Open Minded, what's going on, great brother? Alice York, what's going on? Jack T, brother in Super Chat. Gary Antoine Russell on Jamal Charlo card too. Oh yeah. Yep. Sure is, Kurt. Antonio Russell. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. I want to see Shakur be a little bit more busy. I'm worried about his career. He's been a little bit too quiet. Should be fighting more often because we all know he can get lost on the island at top rank, man. And he has to like really think about his career. Don't go the route of Terrence Crawford, man, because he should be fighting as much as he can be in this age. And like I said, all these young fighters, the one who leads the pack is the one who fight the most and learn the quickest.
Mm-hmm. Tody Johnson, brother in Super Chat. Peace and love to you, brother Blue. Can Mayweather finally sit his undisputed down and enjoy his retirement with respect from the masses? Why would he, man? He making good money. for exhibitions, entertainment. So
you know what, Blue?
Go ahead, Kurt.
Mayweather has nothing else to do. And I understand that comment. And I would like to see him be like, you know what? No more exhibitions. No more of this. I'm done. But like I said, being a businessman, and I understand his way of thinking, because you come a junkie and his money, I mean, his fix is money. And if you can fight a sparring session that is an exhibition and get $1 gazillion, why stop? Like my grandfather Wim always said, always get while the getting is good. That's that old Southern saying.
Yep.
Get it, boy, while the getting is good.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly. Soldier Boy 911, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. Kurt, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The most excited, anxious I've ever been for a fight was when Hagler fought Hearns. The excitement tension was so high, the arena felt like it would explode.
My good brother who said that night was mass hysteria in Capitol Movie Theater in Passaic, New Jersey. The roof got blown off the place when they came out in the first round. People were standing up, going crazy. My uncles and my father, we used to have the whole row to ourselves. I could not believe what I was watching. I believe my heart was like, you know, you seeing, your eyes is telling your brain this is really going on. I have never, well, there's been first rounders that I've seen like that, but a fight of that magnitude, and that fight was huge. Everybody it was highly anticipated for the two legends to come out like that, trying to take each other head off like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I would never forget. That's the cornerstone of a war. That's why they call it the war. But what you know, that fight was amazing, man. And I picked Hearns to be Hagler too.
You know what it is, Kurt, is that usually it's a feeling out process when they come out.
Yep.
It's usually a feeling out process. There was no feeling out process, man.
Nah, man, that fight right there will always live in everybody's mind, man. It was tax day, and Hearn said he was going to knock Hagler out in 3 rounds, and they was going to have to carry somebody out, and he got carried out the ring in 3 rounds. See, boxing is weird like that. It has a way of showing itself, man, and you can't beat Marvin like that. Marvin showed you how tough he was taking a right hand, man, and Hearns always had problems with like physically strong fighters like Marvin Barkley or James the Heat Kitchen. And when after that first round, I told my father the fight is over.
Yeah, that was pure excitement, Kurt. Pure excitement.
Marvin is the toughest fighter I ever seen in my life.
Yep. Man. So Kurt, now we have Ryan Garcia saying he's gonna make his comeback very soon, and you know he's looking to, you know, dominate these lightweights. What's the success rate you think he could have against Haney? I talked to him on Saturday against Haney, Lopez, and Shakur and those guys. What's the level of success you think he could have? Do you think he could beat Lomachenko right now?
No, I like Lomachenko beating Garcia. Those young fighters, they will have a hard time with Lomachenko, man. You know, because see, the thing is, people thinking Lomachenko, because he lost, that his star has them. I don't see it like that. I just got a feeling he's going to be as much dangerous as ever. I want to see how he look against Nakatani, because those young fighters, they still got a lot to learn. That's why I said they should be fighting more often and fighting experienced fighters so they can learn the most. Whoever learns the most will and be ahead of the pack. Right now, it's still a log jam. Haney, has some rough spots against Linares, but it's going to help him in the future. Ryan Garcia got knocked down, and he came back and knocked out Luke Campbell. So you have to keep fighting. It's too early to tell. He's going to have some success because to call him a bum, no, he's not a bum. He has flaws. His chin is up in the air. He has fast hands, but I don't like his defense. Just because you have fast hands, that don't mean you're going to have good defense. So with Haney and Garcia, I favor Haney, but they could beat each other because they're still learning, and Shakur too. But he's going to have some success. How much, I really don't know, because I don't know how good he is, because he stalled his own career, and I don't know who he's going to come back against. I felt he ducked Fortuna. Somebody might have told him that might be a little bit too much, because Fortuna is very awkward and can frustrate you. So I don't know about Garcia. The jury's still out on him.
Yeah. I truly want. Now, somebody said, Kurt, that Shakur Stevenson has better footwork than Devin Haney. How do you compare those footworks?
It's different style. Shakur stands in the pocket. He has like a radar. He can stand still and you just miss him. He could be in a telephone booth and you'll miss him. Haney is a mover. He fought in the pocket because he was trying to prove something, which he shouldn't do that anymore. He should, use the ring, because a lot of guys don't know how to fight guys with footwork, and he could use that to his advantage. So Haney's footwork is better simply because that's more of his style. Shakur is more of a flat-footed fighter that just does little subtle things to get out the way of punches. That's something that came natural to him, because he was doing that when he was like 11 years old, when I was watching him at a boxing gym in North Newark. But the different styles, both talented. People may say Shakur is better because Haney got hurt and hit, but he allowed himself to get hit by fighting different than what he usually fights. So every fight is different itself, but they're like right there. They all right there. And like I said, whoever learned the most will be ahead of the learning curve.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan Simon, brother in the super chat. What's up, Blue and Kurt? You think Wilfred Benitez should have been a part of the Kings, the Four Kings? What are your thoughts on that, Kurt?
Absolutely. It's I don't know why people don't never mention Benitez, man. When people start saying Four Kings, somebody should have just said five, because Benitez was very competitive, youngest world champion at the age of 17 in the history of the sport, youngest three-time world champion, one of the youngest. Benitez was a great fighter. He beat the brakes off Duran, but for some reason he gets lost in the shuffle. So it's a injustice, but I always think about Wilfredo Benitez, man, being one of the best Puerto Rican fighters ever come off the island of Puerto Rico, even though he was from New York. But I have a lot of respect for Benitez. He's a better fighter than Duran. He was a better technical fighter.
Yeah, and it's weird, right? Because Duran, he only got a win against Sugar Ray Leonard.
He's 1-4 against the other ones.
That's what I'm saying. So why isn't Benitez on there?
Yep.
Because he beat Duran.
Outboxed him.
So, but Darius Finley, my brother in the super chat. Salute Blue and Kurt. Salute chat. Salute to you, great brother. Marky Dan 123. My brother in the super chat. Shakur future #1 pound for pound over Boots, guaranteed. I can't guarantee that.
I don't see that. I think Boots' skill set is the best I've seen in a long time because of the natural genetics that he has. You ever seen Boots when he just boxed conventionally? Look at the first round against Lipinets. Nobody's beating Boots if he fights like that. How he was fighting behind the jab and the footwork, he was like he was sliding on ice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I just go by what I see. I don't have a dog in the race, but I think naturally Shakur is a monster. But I just think right now Ennis has the better natural skills. Now, Intangibles, it's too early to tell. But if he has that along with the natural skill, Boots will be #1 fighter pound for pound. His footwork is exquisite.
Machiavelli Mafia, brother in Super Chat. Salute the gods and the earths. So, Kurt, who has the advantage? A fight with moves, a fighter who moves in the pocket like Shakur, or the mover in Devin Haney?
I say the mover and Devin Haney, because look at Mayweather against Canelo. Look at Hector Camacho when he was young. It's I mean, when you're in the pocket and you can move like that, you can still get hit because you're in range. But when you move and use your footwork, you're out of range. When Mayweather fought Canelo, he moved left to right, right to left, backwards. So only certain fighters could do that. Look at Muhammad Ali against Cleveland Williams. He was impossible to hit because he used the whole ring, and it was like a dancer, man, like going to see a music concert. He was so beautiful. So the guy that can move, because he can change directions, and 99.9% of the fighters is going to have problems dealing with fighters who can move left to right. He can knock you down, knock you out going backwards, a la Sugar Ray Robinson. So the guy that can move the most, the more you move, the better fighter you become. You can neutralize anybody by moving.
Yep.
It may not be more exciting than a guy that's taking punches, but if you want to win the fight, footwork is essential.
Roderick Cornish, Kurt, in the Super Chat. He said, who is the best Puerto Rican fighter of all time?
It's a guy that a lot of people don't know. He was part of the Black Murderers Row. He was a Puerto Rican fighter by the name of Louis Hardwick. They call him the Coco Kid. Look him up. You know, he was from Lima, Puerto Rico. Some people say Benitez. Some people will say Gomez. Some people say Carlos Ortiz. But personally, my favorite and my best Puerto Rican fighter I ever seen was Coco Kid from the 40s. He was a part of the Black Murderers Row, dark-skinned Puerto Rican fighter.
What you think about where you rank Hector Camacho in that?
He was very inconsistent, but naturally, he was one of the very best fighters. I would say probably like 5 or 6. When he was a featherweight, he was at his best, but when he got hit by Rosario, he changed his whole style. He became a safety-first fighter, and he started fighting guys that's on the senior circuit. Leonard when he was old, Duran when he was old, fighters like that. But he turned out to be a disappointment. He was supposed to have been what Mayweather is today, to be honest with you, because he was cutting that mold. But if you don't have the intangibles, and you can have all the skills in the world, but if you don't have those intangibles, then you're not going to go very far. Because right after Rosario, he became a different fighter, man. Like he was scared to let his hands go. He became very non-aggressive.
Yeah, he took a big punch in that. He didn't like it.
Nope. And if you don't have that in your soul where you can't take a shot, then you're just as good as done.
You know what that remind me of, Kurt? Remember Victor Ortiz with Madonna?
Yeah, good analogy.
Yep. When he said, I'm not supposed to be taking this type of punishment.
Yeah, because they try to make Victor Ortiz Canelo, but Ortiz didn't have it in him like Canelo did.
April Francis, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing? Joe Carrillo, what's going on? Yep. Let's get out of here, Kurt. Go ahead and close us out.
Oh, man, great boxing talk, man. We had the Mayweather, Logan Paul fight. It was business, so, don't get your shorts in a bunch. When you understand business, then you understand why it took place. A lot of people made money, and my son called me because he was watching the fight and he never watches boxing, but he asked and said, are you watching the fight? And I said, no. So he was kind of surprised, and everybody was showing the fight, but it is what it is. But we got a lot of good fights. Support the fights. We got a lot of great fights coming up. Thank you, chat, for your super chats. Thank you for your patience. Blue, great show, man. And we will be back tomorrow to talk some more boxing. My name is Curtis Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, and we will see you tomorrow.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all we got for y'all. Peace.
Peace.